Well, good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning, and good morning, everybody. Good morning, everybody. Welcome to another episode of The Morning Glow. Welcome to another episode of The Morning Glow. Got a great broadcast lineup for you this morning. I am high and a happy elephant, a lady, and porcupine proud to present to you. How about that, brother? How about that? To present to you my brother from another mother, but we got those same father. This is Captain Leonard. Good morning, sir. How you doing this morning?
Man, good morning, Raheem. Good morning, Glow family. Good morning.
Man, look here. We got a lot to talk about today, brother. We got a lot to talk about
Yes,
today.
sir. It seems that way, doesn't
Yes, sir. Yes, sir, man. I was up late last night.
it?
Up late. I'll tell you what I did, Leonard. Man, look here. I get stuck on stupid sometime, man. I'm I'm at the house last night, looking at the election, looking at how it's gonna come out. Hoping for the best. And I was turning through the channels, and I said, oh, that's right, the game on, the game on. I'm thinking it's Monday. I'm sitting there looking at the game, and I said, "Oh man, this is a good game here. This is a good game." And it was New Orleans against who New Orleans played Monday. I can't even remember who it was. Monday Night Football.
You're talking about you're not talking about Carolina.
No. It was a New Orleans. It was New Orleans against. I can't remember who it was. But I was looking at the game. I
The
was like, man,
Bears.
yeah, that's what it was. The Bears. Yep. And I was like, man, that's a good game here. And my wife
Oh yeah,
said,
that was barely, but win is a win, man. That
yeah,
was barely though.
exactly. And I was like, man, it's a good game. I said, man, they going in, man. It got to the fourth quarter. I said, man, no, this is the money quarter right here. And my wife said, football on? I said, yeah, baby. I said, yeah. I said, yeah, Monday Night Football. She said, Monday Night Football? I said, yeah, Monday Night Football, baby. Stop playing. Monday night, man. The game come on Monday night. She said, today Tuesday. And she and then she went into her phone. She said, this is the final score right here. I said, oh, I just turned the channel, man. I just turned the channel because she done spoiled the whole thing for me, man. I'm thinking it's Monday night, thinking I'm looking at Monday Night Football, man. It's Tuesday. And because, we didn't do Real Men last night, and that's what threw me off. When I don't do Real Men, it threw my whole week off, man, because I'm so used to, I'm so used to a certain, doing it a certain way. But what I did do, man, I went back to those elections, man. And at first it was like it's gonna be a landslide. Then it went back and forth. And you know how in the election, man, they pulled all this in, they pulled these numbers in. Right now, it is very close. It is very close. I think Trump has and people are criticizing him for doing this. I think he's gone up. He said two things. One, the Joker done said he won. You ain't won nothing yet, brother. And then he came back. And then he came back talking about fake news and this setup is conspiracy. So it's almost like he's declaring defeat, like he's lost, and he's trying to rally the troops. And that's the thing, man. I hope Biden does win, Leonard. But I'm gonna tell you something. I think it's gonna be some get back. I think it's gonna be some get back, man. It's gonna be some mess. It's gonna be some real mess. I think. What do you think?
Well, of course, I hope Biden wins as well because if Biden wins, everybody wins.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't care much for the president at all. I don't care what he says, what he does. I never expected him to be like what I tell you all every day.
Mm-hmm.
I never wake up expecting the devil to do good.
Mm-hmm.
So it's not an issue to me. I think that people need to understand how much more important it is to vote.
Yeah. Let's see, Leonard.
I mean, you still dealing with, we have the best turnout we've probably ever had in an election. And then there's a lot of seats that have changed.
Mm-hmm.
We'll be dealing with a different court or what have you. So, if Donald Trump wins or not, that don't change what I do every day.
Exactly. And see, the thing about the whole thing is this right here too, Leonard. A lot of us went out and voted that hadn't voted in a long time, or some that hadn't voted at all.
Right.
And that's a good thing. But my thing is this right here. I'm still looking at his support system, and CNN kept calling them his followers. And see, that's sad, man, because this man has done all the things that he's done. People see it's almost like they're turning the blind eye as to what he's doing, and they're still voting for him. Leonard, what?
Let me be careful. let me be clear and cavalier, because
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna be in the corner, and I'm gonna wind up in the corner anyway.
Yes, sir.
Hoes always vote for their pimp, so you gotta expect that.
Hey,
you gotta expect it.
Hey, get that corner, warm that seat up over there. Warm that seat up over there. No, not that one. Warm that seat up, because I think Linda gonna be over there in a minute.
There's just some people just love their white dad.
Yeah, yeah. And see, and you say that, and it's amazing that you say that, Nana, because I'm gonna tell you something. The amount of us folk that undercover voted for him, man, it's amazing. Because me and my wife said it last night. She said it's not just white. She said it's not just white people that's voting for him. And I was and looking at the numbers and how it's turning out, I said, you know, you're right. It's not, man. It's a lot of us that's voting for him too. And I'm like, why?
But you know what? I thought about that because, you know, I'm a strategy person.
Mm-hmm.
So now we know who we can't support anymore.
Exactly.
Now we're going to work on that,
mm-hmm.
because we're going to have that black on black crime discussion.
Mm-hmm. Yes, sir. Yes,
and
sir.
We're going to make sure that all those people against our community get what they deserve.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Because I'm like, wow.
But we already don't tolerate what racist people do.
Mm-hmm.
So we should be more vigilant when it comes with those among us who are against our best.
Mm-hmm.
Because you have a mentality.
Yes, sir.
That would rather eat the crumbs off of a table
mm-hmm.
than own their table, buy their food, and everything else.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. They're just as lawless as the person that they support.
Yes, sir. Absolutely.
They volunteer to continue to destroy communities.
Mm-hmm.
So they will be dealt with.
And how they say, and dealt with accordingly. And dealt accordingly. Go ahead, Leonard.
Because like it's just like one thing. If I showed you love,
mm-hmm.
and you didn't love me back, that's not my fault.
Mm-hmm.
If you turned your back on me, how is that my fault?
Exactly.
But if you will not admit the error of your ways,
mm-hmm.
there's going to be a punishment for you.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
And you know who you are. You know the decisions you make and how you live your life.
Mm-hmm.
When those second chances dry up, when the minimum is no longer available to you, you're going to find yourself in a terrible situation. Mm-hmm. Those that feed on the bottom will suffer.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
And you know who you are.
And we're gonna and I'm gonna tell you something. We're gonna call you out. We're gonna call you out.
Exactly.
We're gonna call you out.
Exactly.
That's just what it is.
This has nothing to do with what other people did.
Mm-hmm.
This is about what you did or did not do.
Exactly. You had an opportunity to do the right thing, and you chose to do something different.
And you had an opportunity.
Yeah. And for that reason, we're gonna call you out.
All the Hispanics,
mm-hmm.
their people are going to have to deal with them.
Yeah. And it's amazing that you say that, because down in Florida, and especially in Dade County, they said that the Hispanic population voted very highly for 45, man. So it's amazing how
Think
they
about it. Who could these people be?
Mm-hmm.
You know, the people who you think doors they're gonna kick in and families they're gonna separate.
Exactly. Hold on, we got another caller. Caller, what's your name? Where you calling from?
Hey, my name is Carter, and I am from Illinois.
Hey, Carter from Illinois. Hey, good morning. How you doing this morning, sir?
Hey, I'm doing great. How are you?
Hey, doing good. We're talking right now about, this is Way Out Wednesday. We actually we don't have a topic today. We talk about anything that's out there. We let people call in and talk about whatever they want to talk about as well. So you called in on a great day, but right now what we're talking about is the election. What do you think about the election last night?
I think that it was very interesting last night to watch.
Mm-hmm.
I'm in between about it. I don't know who I'm really rooting for,
mm-hmm.
but you know, who are you rooting for?
Me, I'm going with Biden. I hope, and for several reasons. because of Trump has a record. And honest, truth of the matter, to be 100% transparent with you, I'm voting for the less of the two evils. I'm voting for the less of the two evils because Biden isn't much greater, but I know what Trump has done and his blind in the blind eye that he turned in this COVID situation, allowing over 200 or some thousand people to die when he could have done something different. You know, it's hard for me to vote for somebody that would do something like that. I mean, who are you voting for?
Me, I'm voting for Biden as well. He's a good guy.
Mm-hmm. And see, my thing, and I tell people all the time. You know, even if and we're open discussion, we're open dialogue here. So even if a person wanted to vote for Trump, we would love to have that discussion with them. We would like to have a conversation because maybe we overlooked something that maybe they're seeing. And so that's what we do. We open up the dialogue for anybody to call in. And so if you know of anybody that's actually voted for Trump, and maybe they have their reasons, we're open to listen to what their reasoning is. Yeah. So we don't necessarily, not that we agree or disagree. We have our stance as to what we feel. And when I say we, I'm talking about me and Leonard. There's other people that may call in here that may even want to vote for Trump, and that did vote for Trump. So it is what it is. Ain't that what he said?
Everyone has their own opinion on political views and whatnot, and I agree that everyone has like a right to their own political opinion.
Yeah. You know? Exactly. So if you want to have an open discussion on the broadcast this morning, it is way out the winds and whatever's on your heart. What would you like to talk about?
So much. I thought I'd call in. I'm enjoying the stream. You have a very nice, soothing voice. I must say, you got a nice commentation voice.
Thank you, brother. I appreciate it. Appreciate that. Thank you. Now, and say hello to Leonard. Leonard is with us this morning as well. Say hello to Leonard.
Good morning.
I think we might have.
Hello.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, say hello to Leonard. Leonard is a co-host with us.
To who?
Leonard.
Good morning.
Oh, hello, Leonard.
Good deal. Yeah, man. Yeah, and my thing is the numbers in the polls right now. They're going back and forth. You know, North Carolina is still up in the air. Pennsylvania is still up in the air. Wisconsin is still up in the air. There's a lot of different states right now that's still pretty much up in the air, and they're neck and neck. It's right now is absolutely a race to 270. It's a race to 270. Whoever get there first, will get the prize.
And even what's more important is we have to realize that the Senate is still in a situation where it could be often deadlocked. Hopefully there will be more bipartisan effort. So we always, even if President Trump does not win, we still have to deal with a Senate led by Mitch McConnell.
Yeah, exactly.
Who is dedicated to the day he died, making it harder for working people in the United States of America. Exactly.
And see, and that's one of the things that I have a real issue with, man. And I tell people this all the time. I have and Leonard, you say this almost every day. I have an issue with racist people, man. I just have an issue with them, man. And I don't care if you're black, white, orange, polka dot, or lily stripe. I don't care if you're racist. You're wrong. How could you hate somebody? Right. How could you hate somebody?
Doesn't matter.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. How could you hate somebody just because of the color of their skin, or for whatever the reason? How could you? It's just
and a lot of people. It's crazy because a lot of people make assumptions about. I've never hated a white person before.
Yeah.
For the color of their skin. So to me, it's just mentally, it's sick and demented. Mentally.
Yeah.
But however, I don't have to do that because I see what people do. That's what identifies you as a racist. What you do.
Yeah.
It's not so much your color of your skin, but it's just what you do.
Yeah.
And if the number of people happen to be your skin color, you should be addressing that issue.
Exactly. So, Carla, what do you say to that? I'm sorry, give me your name one more time. Carla, are you there?
Oh, my name is Connor.
Connor, what do you say about that? Connor, me and Leonard just voiced how we absolutely have a dislike for people that are racist. And I don't care if you're black, white, orange, polka dot, or lily stripe. If you're racist, I feel as though you're wrong. You're wrong. You have no right to hate somebody just because of the way that they look. I just can't grab onto that. But Connor, what do you say to that?
I agree. Racism is just something that we need to just end. And it's one of those things that's going to be an endless battle, and it's never going to actually come to an end. Because racism is, people like to just like debate for no fucking reason. I'm sorry. Am I allowed to curse?
No.
No. Okay. Sorry about that. Well, people, racism. It just needs to end. There's no reason for people to be out here, the protesting and stuff. It's unnecessary. And if world peace was an option, I really wish it was. I don't know. At the end of the day, I don't know. What you're doing here is a great thing.
Yeah, and if you ask a real racist, if you ask a person that's really racist why you don't like a person, or why you don't like me, and ask and you go to him and not that we care, because you're wrong in with the way that you feel. You're just wrong. But if you actually sit down and have a conversation with them and say, why do you hate me? What is it about me that you don't like? I don't know if they could give you a real reason, Leonard. What do you say to that?
I don't even.
I agree, honestly.
Leonard?
I don't even care why you don't like me. That never enters. It really enters my mind as something that I'm going to take time and spend time thinking about. Because it doesn't make sense, because I still have to live and do what I got to do.
Yeah.
So yeah, you have a right to hate whoever you want. But we need to crush racism.
Exactly.
You ain't got to like me. That's not what I'm about. I don't care. It never was about that. I don't need your love, and I don't want to be, and I don't need a father. So those are the things that we have to deal with. I believe in crushing racism wherever it's at, not tending to it and being passionate or romantic about it. It's filthy.
It is. It and see, and that's the thing right there, man. It's just something, man. That we have to figure out a solution to, and people. There's been people across the board that's been trying to work and get past the thing for many years. But they've had issues with it, man, and people have died, and lives was taken from them based on a hate that they have for another individual. The person may not have. Okay, mute your line. Hey, Connor, mute your line for me. We got some background noise coming from your line. Mute your line for me until I call on you, so we don't have the background noise. Do that for me.
Sorry, man.
It's okay. It's okay. But see, my thing is, man, we have to figure out a way in 2020, soon to be 2021. This racism thing has been here for too long, man. It's been here for too long. We have to love, honor, and respect each other moving forward. And if we can't, then get out the way. If you want to have your little racist community, go ahead on, but take it over there. Don't include the people that's not racist in what you're doing. And don't try to recruit anybody to be a racist along with you. Because we don't have later for that mess, man. Talk to me, Leonard.
Well, that's all we have, and we fight for laws related to hate speech, hate laws, and things like that, and crimes committed from that point of view. So, there are things to be done, but you still have to get rid of racism wherever it's at. You have to do it on your job. You got to do it on your school board. You got to do it on your police department. So you still have to be there. And I'm willing to fight until I ain't breathing no more.
Exactly.
So it does not matter to me how you feel or what have you. Expect resistance. Expect it.
Because it's coming. It's coming. Yeah, it's definitely coming. Good deal. Connor, what's on your heart, brother?
What was that?
I said, what's on your heart concerning this, man? We have to get rid of this thing called racism, man. We really have to get rid of it. And we should not carry this luggage into 2021. We got to figure out a way to where it doesn't exist anymore. It's gonna be it's a long shot. I
could say it better, honestly. 2021, it's almost like racism. I don't even know what it's like. It just shouldn't be a thing. Like you feel like we would have matured by now and gone past this, but and still yet people just like to keep going and going.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know if it's like attention seeking or something, but there's just no need for it, and there's no room for it anymore. Honestly, with everything that's going on in the world, because of the pandemic and all.
Exactly. And people are, people and families are losing their loved ones, man, based on this whole pandemic situation. We should be more concentrated on getting rid of that, and not, it doesn't matter what you look like. It doesn't matter whether you're black, white, orange, or whatever you are. It doesn't matter. Let's love each other.
Agree.
Let's love each other, man. Let's just try that. We've tried everything else. We tried the other way and it didn't work. You see where it has us at right now at this day and time. It just does not work. So let's figure, Leonard, what do you think? What do you think if this was a perfect world and Leonard could snap his finger and this racism thing will go away? What would tomorrow be like?
What would tomorrow be like?
Mm-hmm. That hold on, Connor. That's for Leonard. Hold on for 1 second. Go ahead, Leonard.
All right.
I have no idea.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's been here ever since I've been here.
Yeah. Wow.
So it's not so much as, what we need to do is start being better, but we have to understand there are people that don't want to be better.
Mm-hmm.
It's working for some people.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you think about it. Was it working better for the slave or the slave master? This is not a difficult question.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So you're the thing about it is it's not that nobody hearts and stuff. You can't legislate how people feel.
Yeah.
But what you can do is you can punish people for racism.
Mm-hmm.
Just like if they out there was selling dope or shooting or killing somebody.
Mm-hmm.
Make racism against the law.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
It's not a hard, and we've been fighting for this for some time. That's what we do each and every day when we engage politicians and things of that nature. When we're going down into meeting these people to challenge them on their legislation, to make sure that communities that are disproportionately affected by certain laws. Mm-hmm. That's what activists do. They point that out and they say, hey, y'all got to do something else because we got a whole group of people over here now who won't be getting health care. They'll be dying. Got a bunch of kids that may not be.
You gotta fight for everyone out there that can't fight. Some people out there, they can't fight.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And we got to fight for everyone out there that just can't fight back,
Exactly.
We got to do our part.
Absolutely. And Connor, I'm listening to you, man. Sound like you have a real a beautiful heart about yourself, man. And I'm definitely appreciating that. And I know, man. Let me even do this. Ask you the same question I asked Leonard. If you could snap your finger, and all this racism and all this stuff will go away, what would tomorrow look like to you?
I think tomorrow would be a new day. It would just be eye opening to most people, and it would just be, it's like a new world. It's the best way to put it. Everything would change, almost like world peace. Of course, there'd still be other stuff, but could you be one step closer to world peace?
Connor, let me ask you, how much of racism do you think is tied into economics?
A lot, I could say, a lot of racial issues could be tied in with economics and whatnot due to people having opinions and biases.
Okay. Minister Neil, good morning, sir. How you doing this morning?
Good morning. How's everybody doing this wonderful morning?
Hey, doing good, brother. We're talking. We start. This is way on Wednesday. We don't have a topic. We don't have a topic on Wednesday. We actually freelance a little bit, man. But we're talking about right now on racism and the effect that racism have and how could we get past this whole racist thing. Minister Neil, what do you say to that?
I don't think that's something that we ever get past. Once we continue to have these different groups that continue to form themselves and continue to have these vicious and hateful doctrines, it'll never be a thing where we're ever living in a kind of perfect harmony, because that's not what the devil does. He doesn't want us to live in any kind of peace. the Bible tells us over in Isaiah, the 55th chapter, it tells us that it's going to be a new heaven where the lamb going to lay down with the lion.
Mm.
And he's going to straw the lamb.
Mm-hmm.
So we have to understand something. Right now, this is not a land of the home. This is not home of the brave, and it's not the land of the free.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
It never has been, it never will be. Huh?
Wow. And
So we got to stop. We got to stop playing these games of wishful thinking.
Mm-hmm.
When that's not what scripture. We are in the scripture right now. We're in biblically. We're in what does say the Lord right now.
Mm-hmm.
He said the Antichrist is going to come. He said he was going to divide. He said that he was going to divide in a way that there's going to be wars and rumors of wars. There's going to be people. It's going to be mother against daughter. It's going to be father against son. It's going to be brother against brother.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So we got to embrace this. We need to read our Bible to understand what's happening here. This is nothing that has this is nothing under the sun. We keep acting like. That's why I was telling somebody yesterday. They keep talking about, man, I don't understand how people are voting for Trump and he racist. I said, my dear brother, I said, you go back to George Washington. Go back to Thomas Jefferson.
Mm-hmm.
They supposed to be our forefathers.
Mm-hmm.
They're their forefathers, but not my forefathers.
Mm-hmm.
And you think about what they wrote in the Constitution that wasn't pertaining to us. We were never in an equation. That's why I look at black folks.
I like the way you keep your hair.
Yeah. That's why I look at black folks to this day, and sometimes I look at them and say, I'm wondering, why are we sitting here contemplating when we know traditionally the presidency has always been set in by a racist. He's always been racist. Racist. So stop acting like this is something new.
Mm-hmm. Mm.
Stop acting like y'all surprised. What you surprised about? This has always been here.
Wow.
It's
Wow.
just that he was the one. He was a president who had so much. He was so candid that he was so cavalier about it. He didn't want to hide it. Look at all the tapes they come out with Reagan and all them. When the people kept telling people that Reagan was racist.
Mm-hmm.
People kept telling them. Back when he was the governor in California, they said he was racist.
Mm-hmm.
Now all of a sudden,
you gotta think that maybe racism is something that's never gonna come to a close, and it's a sad thing to think about. But it's at the current state of the world, between the pandemic and the election going on and stuff, the last thing that we need is racism. Yeah. All right, we need to come together as a world.
Mm-hmm.
As just everyone needs to come together, and we need to just agree for once. Not enough agreement goes on anymore.
Yeah. And Connor, I'm gonna say something. One of the things that I think, and one of the missing elements in it is communication. We don't communicate with each other. We won't sit down and have that real talk. Let's sit down and have a real talk about racism and what it is and what it does. Let's have the conversation. But to get people around the table, a lot of time people are very uncomfortable when it comes to talking about it. Yeah. People are very uncomfortable.
They're still serving. And at the lunches, it's never going to change.
Mm-hmm. 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 Exactly. Leonard, what do you say? Why do you think people are so uncomfortable with talking about it, Leonard?
Well, honestly, you would be uncomfortable. You would be uncomfortable talking about your sins as well, wouldn't you?
Come on.
You would be uncomfortable. It's like turning yourself in to the police.
Mm-hmm.
I ain't got to do nothing. Because I ain't racist.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And what we need to talk about? I don't need to talk about nothing. You need to stop it.
Mm-hmm.
Fact.
Mm-hmm.
Plain and simple as that. We're not going to sit here and go back and forth and try to justify why you treat me the way you treat me. We're not going to do that. That's for people who's sleeping together. You understand?
Mm-hmm. Wow. That's good.
That's like you laying up there with somebody that's whipping your behind every day, but y'all sitting around talking about, but he ain't bad all the time. That's just a reference on you. No disrespect to the people, but what good is that? Well, how good is that doing? Ain't nothing ever helped you but leave it.
Mm-hmm.
I ain't got to change. The race has got to change.
Come on.
And I believe in being and participating in organized efforts to remove these things, wherever they are.
That's good. That's good.
I just don't talk about it. If you go into work and you know work is racist, you need to be with your HR people. If you know that somebody else is if you see another employee being treated and discriminated against, you need to be fighting for that employee.
Yeah.
The corn that's eating your garden today is going to be eating your neighbor's corn today. It's going to be eating your corn tomorrow.
Come on.
So you got to watch that pro. First name Jim.
Boy, you slick. You Crisco slick, bro. You Crisco slick. Donald Toussaint, good morning. How you doing this morning, sir?
Hey, good morning.
We
My friend.
We talk.
What's going on, isn't it?
We talking about this racist situation that's going on here in America, man. We're talking about this racist situation that's going on. Donald, what are we? Huh?
Somebody here is calling Connor.
Say it again.
There's somebody just called here named Connor.
Yeah, someone called in from Connor. Yeah, named Connor. Yeah, who is this?
God damn it! I told him to get off of.
Now, see, now people playing on the phone, but that's okay. It is what it is, man. You got all kind of people in the world. But my thing is this right here, Donald.
At 5:30 in the morning.
Yeah, exactly.
6:30 in the morning.
Exactly. But my thing.
Get out of here.
Yeah, man, they ain't got nothing to do. Bless their heart. We praying for them, brother.
This is a Christian broadcast.
Yeah, we praying for them, brother. We praying for them. But my thing is this right here, though. What are we gonna do, Donald, about this racism thing that we got going on? What are we gonna do about that, man? In 2020, soon to be 2021, we still having to fight racism. What do we need to do?
Continue to fight racism. I mean, it takes one person at a time. I think that I didn't give up on doing it as a group. Unfortunately, because there are some that's convinced and drunk the Kool-Aid that there is none, and they look just like me. They look just like me.
Yeah.
And they say that you've been talking that, so y'all need to leave that alone. Y'all always talk about it. But so and even with man, who says that they're gonna stop the voting process? What kind of mess is that? Somebody, I think I mentioned it yesterday. They go to the polls and they blocking the road for voters.
Yeah.
And we got the Trump signs and stuff like that, and look, and nobody's arrested. Nobody's. So those that are on the force are at fault.
Yep.
I mean, if they don't do anything, their job is to carry out and protect and serve. Obey. They raised their hand and they made an oath. But when crime, how in the world are you going to have the presidential and the vice presidential candidate come into a place and you bombard them with vehicles, with signs all over you, and nobody do nothing? Absolutely nothing.
Yeah.
So I say I don't give up on doing it as a group. I don't expect nobody to join me in fighting the racism. But I'm gonna fight it myself.
Yeah.
Don't come to me with that.
Exactly.
Don't come to me with that.
Absolutely.
So I'm not gonna act right. And I'm gonna still be saved, sanctified, and filled with the Holy Ghost. But I'm gonna shoot head to the white man.
Lord, how much look. Now there go the thug pastor right there. That's the thug pastor right there. Minister Neil, talk to me, brother. We and I like what you said when you say that it'll never really go away. But to me that's very unfortunate that it won't. What do you say to that?
And I mean, we gotta be realistic about this thing. This is a reality. I mean, this has always been like this is what this country has been based on. I think that's the problem. We are too busy looking at it from a kumbaya type of a situation when it would never be, because we got to first do things and fix things internally. What I mean by that, you got to think for you to be comfortable with me, as like you said in 2020, me telling you that my life matters. That says a lot. I was looking at a video yesterday, and the video was of a young lady. She was a Hispanic young lady, and she had on a Black Lives Matter shirt. And some of the Trump supporters had followed her, and she posted. She was like, and the one lady walked up and actually had some ham or stuff in her car from the grocery store, and she sprayed on the girl. She went to the police officers and was trying to file a complaint. He kept asking her, "What did you do to them?"
Good Lord. Huh?
Yeah. He on camera saying it. Then he got angry talking about, well, I don't see where. And she kept saying, I told you the woman insulted me. You see the Pam is still on my hand. I need for you to stop them, and I need for you to arrest them. You know it was 3 cops, and neither one of them, they were so apprehensive about doing it that they didn't even do it.
Wow.
And that's my point I'm making. The point I'm making to you is that this has nothing to do with nothing biblically, and that this is people. This is people.
Hello.
Hi, what's up, Mike?
This is people, and it's unfortunate. Sir.
Yeah,
it's very unfortunate. It's just people like that. You got people out here like that. There's nothing you can do about it. So trying to combat it is just like trying to tell somebody to stop lying. You're not gonna ever stop it. I hate to say it, but because it's something embedded. Once something embedded in a person, it's embedded in a person.
Yeah, and it's sad, and it's sad as it is. As sad as it is. What do you say to that, bro?
Just like that person that's calling now.
Yeah.
Just like the caller that's playing on the phone. Right now.
Yeah, exactly. Ain't got nothing better to do, man. But like I say, my thing is I don't get irritated because that's foolishness, and I don't entertain foolishness. And so let a fool do what a fool do. You know what I mean? What's on your heart?
Pretty much just close to what Minister Neal was saying. Soldiers fight. That's what we do. So I'm not sympathetic at all, or what have you. I wish nothing for these people. I don't understand how you folks who are better Christians than me can explain it to me, I guess. But if preachers ain't standing in pulpits preaching against evil, then they part of it.
Wow.
And I'm gonna tell you right now, the Philistine not gonna walk away. You got to kill him.
Yes, sir.
You understand? Because it's not like he's ever going to see. It's not like he's ever going to see things the right way. And anybody that can go along with oppression is my enemy.
Yeah.
So y'all can love all these people that hate y'all and want them to love you and all this type of stuff, but sooner or later you will realize you might as well hang yourself. Because I'll show pray that anybody against, I pray my enemy's death. Not that we get along. Because they're always going to be doing something.
Yeah.
And it's a shame that people don't realize that you can sit back in these communities, living in poverty, worsening your situation, and still act as if somebody else is supposed to do it for you. If you don't want to fight, you shouldn't win.
And let's.
If you want to go along with them, we need to call you out just like we call them out.
Yeah.
Plain and simple as that. I've heard commercials. Being that I've traveled up north, I didn't hear them when I was in the South, and it could just be timing. About blacks for Trump paying for commercials talking about abortion and things that I said, you know what? Those are people who have dedicated against our communities.
Mm-hmm.
Because they're saying the same thing that the enemy says. It's almost like it's rehearsed. It does not even sound genuine. Mm-hmm. You know how we say you sound real fake.
Yeah, exactly.
Those are the type of I've never met somebody like you said. You want to talk to them and all these why you this that. They want to do it because they're nasty and they're white and they're Republicans.
Mm-hmm.
And then they got ignorant black folks that side with their own oppression. So that's how it keeps going. Mm-hmm. Because no one puts the pieces together. It's legislation that legitimizes racism. That's the problem.
Exactly.
You don't have hate crimes in every state. Your federal government right now is trying to dismantle the Office of Civil Rights. Mm-hmm. They don't believe that there is any more racism. It says right there in that platinum plan, there's no longer any need whatsoever for the federal government to continue to fund institutions, organizations, and efforts related to race. Mm-hmm. That's the plan.
So they're taking the funding. They're taking the funding away. They're taking the funding away.
Right. Mm-hmm. All those lies and all those things that a lot of people said. Well, black folks. Trump has done so much for black people. Are you black, Raheem?
Yes, I am.
What he done for you?
Not a thing.
I'm just saying, I don't understand it.
Nothing from nothing lead nothing. He ain't done nothing. Let's go to Cassandra. Cassandra, good morning. How you doing this morning?
Good morning. How are you?
Doing well. Cassandra, you been listening at the election?
Unfortunately, yeah.
Okay. What's your heart right now? Because my thing is, and they was talking about this on CNN. I was looking at CNN, and I actually turned to Fox to see what their spin on the whole situation was, and they're talking about Trump's base has increased.
Yeah, that should tell us all something all by itself. Mm-hmm. That should tell us something. It's very telling the way people are doing this right now. Mm-hmm. And I'm telling you, if we don't realize that there is a continued hatred for our people, you blind. Yeah. I don't care who you are. If you black or you a person of color, and you do not see that this means that this country has a blatant hatred and disrespect for people of color, there's something wrong with you. I don't care who you are.
Exactly.
I don't care. And we can have a conversation about that. I don't care who you are, because this is ridiculous. This is ridiculous. It blatantly says we don't give a about y'all. Mm-hmm. I didn't say anything. We don't give a toot about y'all, and we gonna show y'all right now. We gonna just plain out show y'all that we don't care nothing about you.
Cassandra, it's almost like they're on a bullhorn. They have a bullhorn going down the street with the windows rolled down, and they're just screaming out, "I hate you! I hate you!" And I'm gonna show you right now.
Listen, it's some of them walking around actually saying that. Think about it. When you see, they can talk about Black Lives Matter or whatever group you want, but I don't hear any group walking around saying, "You shall not replace us. Black shall not replace us. What that for? Jews shall not replace us." I mean, what the hell does that mean? Excuse my language. Hey! What does that mean? I'm just saying it.
Yeah.
That to me says it all. And what is happening right now? Those groups, alt-right, Ku Klux Klan, neo-Nazis, skinheads, they are saying it out loud. But now with the vote, a lot of the rest of the white community is saying the same dang on thing.
Exactly. Let me go. And absolutely it is. We got actually two callers. The next call on the line right now. Rico, good morning. How you doing this morning, sir?
Good morning, man. I can't complain. I'm glad to see another day celebrating this win.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Not only the future win for Biden, but just win to be able to see another day.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Now, what do you say about all this? And we're talking about racism this morning. You know, this is where I win. So I'm gonna go around at everybody and find out what's on everybody's heart and what they want to talk about today. Because it's open conversation. But what this racist thing, man, like I said, it's almost like they're driving down the street in a truck with the windows rolled down, screaming out with a bullhorn, screaming out, "I hate you, I hate you, I hate you." Man, what is really going on? How could his base increase so much, man?
Because it's a monster that was created a long time ago from greed.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and when you really think about it, the biggest impact that slavery had was the profits made up from it.
Mm-hmm.
All those profits that were made from slavery, it made a way for one of the youngest countries on this planet to become one of the richest and most powerful in less than 300 years.
Mm-hmm.
All off the back of human trafficking. And those profits made from human trafficking created a mental and a physical privilege that it's hard to get rid of. Mm-hmm. It's hard for you to get rid of things you are comfortable with, the finer things, laws, just privilege to be bullied, whatever it is that's in your favor. It's hard for you to get rid of your favor. Who wants to sacrifice their favor? Mm-hmm. So now here it is, you have been mentally programmed because of the profits made from this wrong action in the past, this wrong trade. You still are mentally programmed, even though you might not believe in that trade back then, but you still got this education that was put into you about white people being superior. Mm-hmm. You know, and that okay, and that making it all right to trade black people for, you know, for labor, free labor. I mean, just so much wrongdoing that went on in that. Mm-hmm. But none of this can work. Racism cannot work without cooperation amongst other people to agree to push their ideology. Mm-hmm. With that being said, like Cassandra just said, you name all of these different white supremacist groups. They have different, I'm going to say, platforms to a certain extent. They disagree slightly to some extent, but they all agree for the one bigger picture, and that's white superiority. Mm-hmm. And so they come together. They come to Charlottesville, and they come 30, 40, 50 different organizations deep. Yeah. They try to get some black organizations together, and you can't get two of them. Mm-hmm. All of them fight for the same thing. I see that all the time. You got black organizations fighting for the same benefits for the same people, defending the same people, but they don't even cooperate. They don't work together. So here it is, both of y'all out here trying to accomplish the same goal, but y'all don't even know about each other, just want to affiliate with each other to get the goals accomplished for the people that you claim to be helping. So we got to find out how to do that. But then the second thing is we've seen where they legally made racism work, but we have to call these so-called people out on the other side of the tracks that always come out with outreach, talking about they want to unite with us and help end racism. It ain't but one way to end it, a surefire way. And it's well, not two ways to end it, but one definite way. And it's to create legislation, making it a punishable act, making it a criminal offense. Yeah. If it is found out that you have messed up a person's livelihood by not giving them a job promotion because of their race, if you increase their interest rates on their loans, or didn't get them a loan, or only showed them houses in a certain neighborhood because of their race, or maybe if you was pulling people over because of their race, and the numbers were leaning toward black people in certain neighborhoods all the time more than you should be punished. That should be a crime if it's proven that you were being racist. If they could find text messages showing as a cop that you said you wanted to buy a gun and mow down niggas. They need to put you in jail, because what happened is from the bottom of the totem pole in the police departments to the human resources departments up to the prosecutors, there's allowing evidence to be withheld because they're getting prosecutions on black people. They will start turning on the others because they don't want to get prosecuted. Yeah, exactly. I mean, you know, nobody wants to just keep going to jail for their silly beliefs. So you have to make it punishable, create a deterrent for the practice of racism, especially when it impacts a person's livelihood. And I guarantee you, little by little, you will start seeing change and people not want to go to jail for being ignorant about thinking they're superior over other human beings.
But see, my thing is, I want to go to Christy as well. Good morning, Christy. My thing is, right, we could do that, and that will probably be very effective. But would it at the same time, would it still have something in their hearts? See, we got to change their heart. You got to figure out a way to change their heart, so they don't even want to be racist, not because of fear of them being incarcerated. And I think that would be
domino effect.
Huh?
Domino effect.
Yeah.
Domino effect.
Okay.
Just like the profits of slavery actually made people comfortable with it. Now some people want their privilege, but they don't want slavery. They still want their privilege. They don't understand where it came from.
Gotcha.
So it's like subconsciously, it will leave you because it won't be a practice. Then you will be the minority running around here talking about superiority.
Okay, got you. Christy, what's on your heart? What do we need to do, man? And Trump, they said on CNN and even on Fox News last night, the Trump base has broadened. It's increased. Christy, how could that happen when he allowed all these people to die, over 200,000 people to die from this whole pandemic situation? What do you say to that, Christy? And good morning.
Well, good morning, my Morning Glow family. I truly am excited to be able to speak to y'all today. Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning, Christy.
Hey, Lemon. But we have to quit expecting people to be like us. And we have to stop expecting people to have the same values or the same experiences or to understand our plight as a Black woman or a Black man, and that they're going to understand and have compassion, and because that's not the real world. That's not the world that we live in. You have people that support Trump because they have the same ideologies that he has. My mama always told me birds of a feather flock together. In other words, if you with him, then I'm glad you coming out, because then I know how to handle you. I know who you are by you're showing me exactly who you are. So I need to act accordingly. I quit acting like everybody's your friend. Quit acting like everybody gonna love you, pat you on your back, be glad to see you walk through the door, have a good word for you. That's just for your round table. That's for your friends and your secret circle. That's who gonna love you, motivate you, give you the power to go. That's who, quit pretending and thinking that we're living in Disneyland or somewhere. This is the real world, y'all. We gotta grow up and get out of the fantasy world and put our big girl drawers on or our big man underwear and understand where we are. It's time for what? It's time for a revolution. We have not made it. We have not gotten to where we want to be. And if that's the case, then we have to stand up, raise our voice, and do something.
Come on.
Sitting down at your table, drinking your coffee, and talking about, oh my God, he got a bullhorn screaming, hey. Okay, what do you want me to do? Because if I go out there with a bullhorn and scream love, okay, you look at him like an idiot and you go on with your day. Like, I wouldn't even give, I'm like Leonard, some things you ain't even got to give attention to because they're seeking attention.
Yeah.
Some things you just look at like, he kind of dumb, and go on about your day. Once you give life to something, once you start reacting to the things, and I'm going through that right now, that's why I can speak, because I'm going through it on my job. But because I don't react to them, I don't react to their little mumblings or their little things that they say, because I'm going to do my job and keep it going. And when God elevates me to move or do whatever, then I'm going to do that and let's say, wash the dust off my feet. So we just have to stop trying to believe that everybody's going to love the color of our skin. It's not going to happen.
Exactly.
And Rico said something, I'm going to say this, Rico said something that made me think. We talk about human trafficking all the time. And it just dawned on me that America has been human trafficking since the beginning of time. They've been sex trading and beating and doing all kinds of things that they're currently doing with our children. So it's nothing. It's like I said, there's nothing new under the sun.
Mm-hmm.
Human trafficking is what is there because it makes money. It's something that can make money without doing nothing, but selling somebody into slavery, into sex, into whatever, however old. They don't care. You have to go there. People don't love and care about you the way you gonna love and care about yourself and your inner circle.
Exactly.
Quit trying to make these people outside as your inner circle. I don't trust Trump.
Mm-hmm. Good deal.
I don't trust Biden.
Absolutely. Let me do that. Hold on, sister. Let me pull some more people in because Lord knows that preacher gonna roll now. Cassandra, what's on your heart?
Yeah, I'm literally, I feel like crying because I feel like we have taken so many steps backwards with the administration that we have right now, and I believe that economics and legislation, like Rico said, will be the two main ways. I believe economics is the top one. Mm-hmm. Because they cannot stand anything that makes them lose their money. But we economically need to start doing our own businesses more, supporting our own businesses more, and I'm guilty of that. If we take our money, we spend more money in this country than every other group. Mm-hmm. We spend more money.
Yeah.
So then, if we put our dang money, stop buying all of their crap. Stop buying everything that they put out. I promise you, within no time, we would see legislation to stop changing that would affect our community in a positive way. I promise you that. Because they understand the laws of money.
Mm-hmm.
That's what happened with the bus boycott. That's why it was so successful. Because they stopped riding the buses because they was the main one riding.
Absolutely.
And that's how legislation got changed.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely. So we have to come up with a plan, whether it's like, by group, and Rico is right. Every other group can come together and work together and build economic wealth, except for us.
Yeah.
And I know it's a part of the mentality that we have gotten because of the mess that we have had to experience. So it's almost like we crab. We see that little bit and we're willing to take down a brother or a sister just to get that little bit. Instead of pooling together and making things happen on a bigger scale where everybody is being blessed.
Mm-hmm.
We got to do something different because I'm going to tell you, if this man wins, we are in a man, please. Lord have mercy.
Yeah. Leonard, talk to me, brother. It's stirring up a little bit in here, Leonard. What's on your heart?
I just listen, but I'm not. I've never been the person that gets carried away with, like I said, the romance of things.
Mm-hmm.
And my whole fight is for the less fortunate people, for the disenfranchised. I'm about justice. So I'm going to always fight about that, if I'm the last one doing it.
Mm-hmm.
But, a lot of people say this is what we need to do this. Well, one, if you understand economics, it's about decision making.
Come on.
You support what you value.
Mm-hmm.
The desire to have things does not outweigh the desire to do the right thing.
Mm-hmm.
So if you see you got a whole bunch of Christians having issues, what you expect the world to do? What do you really expect from this world?
Mm-hmm.
What should you expect? You're the minority.
Mm-hmm.
The majority is showing you what they value. You still got half the United States that support racism, sexism, abuse, fraud, corruption. You see it. They voted for it.
Mm-hmm.
Then you got to look. I'm just a personal experience. When you're talking about things going on now, I'm up here in Michigan, for instance. And one of the things I used to say when I was a young boy is that, you know what? Whenever something needs to be fixed on the black side of town, whenever something goes wrong and trucks pull up, what color are the people that get out of those trucks? They still white.
Mm-hmm.
They still white. That we mean, so you can talking about economics, and if you're not gonna fix your own stuff in your own neighborhood,
Come on.
and you're not the one doing the maintenance, and you're not the one with the businesses that are doing these essential tasks, what do you expect?
Mm-hmm.
What do you expect? You know, people say our money, our money. You're gonna spend your money on what you want, and I ain't never known nobody want to give all their money to somebody else.
Come on.
So these dreams about boycotts and stuff work when ain't no alternatives around. How you gonna take your money from people funding your retirement fund? How you gonna boycott them? How you gonna boycott the people that sign your check? Are you gonna boycott them?
Mm-hmm.
Are you ready to grow your own food and everything else? Because don't think that just because you sit back and don't spend your money, everybody else ain't gonna spend their money.
Come on.
The PlayStation's still gonna be on back order. You understand what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So people can talk about, yeah, and you've heard it year after year. If we, no, it's not about we. We are not connected by anything other than color of skin. So you're still looking for the eyes of a white man, because all you see is that because we black, we got to do something together, where everybody else is doing something not because of the color of their skin. They're easily doing things together because of their moral values and their ethical principles.
Mm-hmm.
So you look just like your oppressor. You act like your oppressor. You esteem what your oppressor does. You still looking for reasons to love them and for them to love you. That's what you're doing.
Mm-hmm.
And you're wondering why it's not about we. It's about what's our value system. What's our value system that connects us together? It should at least be like when we work together, like Miss Cassandra does what she does. I do what I do, and others that call in. Rico does what he does.
Mm-hmm.
The connection that we have is we looking for justice.
Yes.
We're looking for justice. We want justice. I don't care what color. We want justice.
Mm-hmm.
So we got to get away from we need to come together because we black. We need to come together because of moral principles and values that we share and that we live by.
Let me say this, and this is something that a lot of our listeners may not understand. Just as we walk down the street and we see somebody black that's being treated wrong, that's being racially profiled or whatever, just like we'll stand in the gap for that person. If we turn the corner and we see someone white, the same thing is being done to them, we're gonna stand in the gap for them too. We're not we're not saying that we're gonna stand up for you and we're gonna pump our fists just because you're black. You know, if someone is doing you wrong, we're gonna stand in the gap for you because you're being treated wrong.
Yeah. Right.
Mm-hmm.
And so, you know, we have just as much value for those types of things.
Mm-hmm.
We're more related because look at this group that you have together.
Mm-hmm.
It ain't got nothing to do with our color.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's nothing to do with our color at all.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
We're just a group of people, of believers,
mm-hmm.
who happen to want the same thing.
Yeah. Exactly.
It's not about the color of our skin.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
We just so happen to be those who have been oppressed.
Yeah. Absolutely.
And we share a common, we're descendants, a lot of us are descendants of slaves.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Exactly.
So this is why we do what I don't do what I do because I like the color of your skin, right?
Mm-hmm. Exactly. Tucson, what's on your heart, brother? Don, are you there?
There are some people. There's some people that look like me that don't act like me.
Mm-hmm.
Some people look like me, act a fool.
Mm-hmm.
Every time you turn around, they're acting a fool.
Mm-hmm.
And so some people have a tendency to put everybody in the same bucket. And all of y'all like that.
Mm-hmm.
That's what they say.
Yeah.
All of y'all like that. when you see everything that's going on in society, but you know you can still watch and see how people, all people in general, on both sides, every culture, fighting each other down the street.
Yeah.
Making videos of it. And so when you see that, and when somebody else see that, you know what they say? See there?
I told you. Or it's almost like when a pastor have a moment and he or she fall, they'll say to the man, look, I told you them Christian people, man. I told you they ain't hitting on nothing.
Yeah, see them church folk?
Exactly.
You know, but when you get somebody, see, when we was in school, and you know bullets travel in groups, and they always got a leader. And see, all this time, for a while now, we knew that racism was still there. White supremacists, Klan, we knew. They're not planning on going anywhere. But I'm gonna say this: when 45 got in office, he pumped them up. He's been pumping them up for 4 years. And all of a sudden they come out the woodwork. They wouldn't hide. They're doing things now. They're on the police force. They say, well, I see it, but they act like they dumbfounded. What did they do to you? Well, I want to show you. I'm showing you what they did. Well, I don't see no crime here, and just walk away. Exactly. Because they're part of it. You got people that are in office that think just like Trump. On the police force and everywhere else. And then what kills me is there's some people that look just like me and say, oh, I just learned. He just learned me. He's done so much fun. Get out of here. So I don't know. I'm just listening on this one because,
there's a lot, man.
I'm an individual. I'm an individual, man. I don't get in bunches. I don't get in groups. I don't do none of that. Period.
Exactly. Now, Rico, my wife and I said something about this earlier. My wife and I was talking as we was looking at the elections last night. We was talking, and it had to be up about 11 something last night. Still looking at it, man. Couldn't go to sleep. Had to look at it. But she said to me, you know what, Raheem? I said, what's that, baby? She said, it ain't just white people that's voting for Trump. With the numbers that he got, it's not just white people that's voting for him. She said some black people voting for him too. I said, yeah. You're right. I said, yeah, you're absolutely right. So my question, Leonard, Rico, I'm sorry. My question is, how could that be?
Man, that's wild that you brought this back around full circle like this, because I was going to bring up this situation. I said earlier, that human trafficking that the United States was founded on, I don't know if people really think about this, that cotton that was picked from that free human trafficking, the babies that were made and sold, and the other bodies sold so they could keep on making these free profits in the South. People don't understand that Southern millionaires became the fastest and most abundant millionaires in the world at one point in time. Plantation owners were the most powerful people on this planet at one point in time. Imagine how quick that had to happen to be in the youngest country at that point in time. So now imagine gaining that kind of power that quick, hand over foot. I mean, it's almost like selling dope. You know it's wrong, but man, I can't stop this. I'm getting anything that man got to make. I can own that now. So okay, that has happened. And I mean, it's crazy that you said this, man, because I just finished watching Fox News. I wanted to watch Fox News just so I could say, look at their face. You know, they're looking at these results, man. It's fun. They're looking at how they just trying to create some kind of hope. But this morning, they had some woman, I don't want to call her fool, some woman, a buffoon on Fox News this morning, says that she's Martin Luther King's niece, and she supported Trump, and she actually saw voter fraud in Georgia herself with her. I mean, and know people that's been manipulated to keep votes from Trump. She trying to stir up the mess. So now you say, well, dang, what's up with these black people now? I mean, a lot of Latinos too. Now I can understand why the Cubans did what they did, because they done bought into the propaganda and the agenda that's going on with Castro and Cuba, and you know that's a money thing. That's way deeper than the average American would realize what's going on with those Cubans down in Florida. But with the black people, we value their things. We value the finer things that the great America has to offer, that the world cherishes America for. We value those things. And so on. And this is not to discredit anything anybody says, because I listen to Dr. Claude Anderson and Boyce Watkins and all these people. And I always hear them say that we have to get an economical structure. And so on. I think about this. I'm like, well, America has an economical structure built off the profits and the power made from human trafficking. And then they support that economical structure through weapons of mass destruction that nobody else in the world has. So now we go back and we think about this economical thing that we need to build in our community to survive. And then we have to realize that somebody thought about that one time in the past. In Wilmington, North Carolina, somebody thought about it. They had black councilmen, aldermen. They had black aldermen. They had black firemen, policemen. You know what I'm saying? You name it. They had it in Wilmington, but a lot of white people back in 1890-something, 1880-something didn't like that. So they went and tore it up and burned it down and killed people and created lynch mobs and actually used soldiers to go in and use weapons to tear down that economic structure. Somewhere we didn't have something to fight back, enough firepower. So then we go to Tulsa. We say, well, you know what, man? They said we achieved this American dream, which is economic status. We can get out of this too, along with this unity. Let's just get our economic structure up. So they built Tulsa. And guess what they did? They came in with military planes and bombed Tulsa and black people. So we got to find a way to quit depending on their economic structure, because they're going to tell us apart every time. If it's public and it could be seen, they're going to knock our head off, because they do not want us to get that economic structure. So we got to find something different. We got to find another mentality. We have to become more revolutionary than people are willing to admit. Because if we think becoming billionaires is going to make us, in our community, we think billionaires are going to save us, but we ain't bought no nuclear bombs and no tanks and no jets. We're going to be like the Palestinians over there throwing rocks at jets. They're going to tear our head off. Exactly. So we got to think, because this has happened before. We can't keep letting history repeat itself, saying that we want history to stop repeating itself, but thinking along Western man's values. Economics is not going to do it. It's going to take another mindset and another drive and ambition, another value system besides the economic value. Because if we're going to get the economics going, we need to find a way to secretly get some tanks and some bombs.
And I don't know if we're ready to do that, Rico. I don't know if we're ready.
We can't. They won't allow us to.
Exactly.
They won't allow us to.
I was about to say that very thing, but
if I could have it, if I had the money, I would have a tank. Y'all could use mine if I had one, but I ain't got one.
Yeah. Exactly.
But this whole notion, you see, and that's one of the things that the Boyce Watkins and everybody else, what they talking about, money. See, everybody ain't got money. You can talk about money all you want. The same people who ain't got it now ain't gonna have it tomorrow. So we need to dismiss this thing about what structure are you talking about. I have no idea what that looks like. And I've been listening to people for so many years, but I ain't never met a black man more inclined to give more of his money away to black folks than white folks are willing to give away more of their money. All that does is make rich people. And then you still looking like a Republican.
Yeah.
Because you believe your crumbs should trickle down onto everybody else.
because you got a business and you got some money. Black businesses ain't gonna vote to pay no more taxes than white businesses for black efforts.
Mm-hmm.
So let's not
That's
get
right.
split.
Mm-hmm. That's why they vote for Trump.
Does not work that way, and people need to stop lying. The Boyce Watkins and all these other people have great ideas to make people wealthy, but they do not have ideas that work for communities who are not wealthy, because no one just gives you the money.
But Leonard, see, and that's the whole thing. That's the whole thing about it right there. That's the whole thing. And you said it right there. You just said it, man. People don't care. It's like Ice Cube said in that movie. Boys in the Hood. Either they don't know, and Rico, help me out with this quote, man, because I know I'm gonna get it wrong. Either they don't know, don't care. What is that he said? Help me out, Rico. About the hood, when he's talking about the hood.
Man, I know what you're talking about, but I can't remember it either, man.
Yeah.
I ain't really good with those movie lines.
You either don't know, I know, or don't show.
Or don't care.
You either don't know, don't care, or don't show
About what goes on.
Don't nobody care about nobody in the hood.
Exactly.
And let's not get it twisted about what a rapper say on a record and then what they do in real life.
Come on now, Leonard.
Them same words that came from those same people are the same people who destroyed your community.
I understand it, but the point I was making was, the point I was making was the point that he was making, and I don't think, because you say you're talking about the economic value of it all, and that's good that we went there. But my thing was, people don't really care if it's in the hood. Who really care about what goes on in the hood? They don't care about bringing no money in the hood, trying to make the hood better. They don't care about that, man. That's not even close to the middle of their list, much less the top of their list.
And that answers your question.
Go ahead.
That answers your question when you said why do we vote for Trump? Why? I mean, how is it that you see us voting for Trump? Well, those people thinking about their bank accounts and the commas and zeros. They don't care about the hood. They thinking about them.
Thank you.
They've always been selfish.
Exactly.
That has always been a selfish point of view. That is very Republican.
Christian, what's on your heart, sister? Yeah, absolutely.
So I'm not knocking rich people and rich black people. But do understand, are you still a moral individual just because you got money?
Exactly.
Did you retain those things that are going on? Do you still have that same love and passion for everybody? Or do you expect me to make you rich and then hope you feed me your crumbs?
We had a conversation about well over a year or so ago about if an individual, once an individual grew up in the hood, become rich, should they stay in that hood? And Leonard, you was a part of that conversation as well. Should they stay in the hood? And the majority of the people said no, because they're gonna become a target in that hood. They're gonna become a target in the hood. They can always have a target on their back, and somebody can always try to get them or take them for what they got. Christy, what's on your heart, sister? Talk to me.
I still say the same. I don't know why we expect other people to care about us or care about the situation. If you in the hood and want to get out the hood, then you need to do everything you can to get out the hood and stay out the hood and leave that hood mentality. But I'm gonna tell you, it's so many people of us that did not vote because our vote don't matter or whatever reason they said that I voted last year and Hillary didn't win, so what I'm voting now for. Then you have other knuckleheads say, well, I'm voting for Trump because he's a great businessman. I'm going to vote for Trump because he has our best interest. So you have some people that are brainwashed fools, like Malcolm says, you've been hoodwinked, led astray. You've been given a poison and you like the poison. So anything that's a correct that you don't want to correct because you like being in the state that you're in. Some people like misery. Some people like to be hurt. Some people like it because they like it because that's all they know. Some people like being oppressed because it gives them the attention that they want or what they need. So yes, it's some people that voted for Trump and he may very well win. But you know what? At the end of the day, I'm gonna say this: you cannot expect anybody to put no more energy into anything that you yourself is not willing to do or put energy into. I live by that motto. So with my kids, I tell them I'm not going to put them as much energy as getting you to college as you do. So if you making F's and D's or whatever, then I'm not going to put no energy into you because you're not even showing me that you have that you want to do it.
Yeah.
So we have to stand up and show that we want to change. Or, you know, it's a small set. And I learned this. If it's a small group of people that want to change, their energy of the change will bring the energy of other people wanting to change because they'll see their lifestyle. Then you're going to have people that's going to try to pull them down. It's called the crawfish syndrome. So we just have to rise above so many things to be able to get a message. But quit believing that people care about you and love you. Stop it.
Exactly.
Right now. Stop it.
What you say right now?
They don't care about you. They care about your greenback.
Yeah, absolutely.
They don't care about you. Like Michael Jackson said, they don't really care about us.
Oh Lord, she Cassandra, reach across the table and put your hand over your sister's mouth. She's trying to sing now. Cassandra, what's on your heart?
I just, I appreciate everything that everyone is saying, and I don't have the answer, guys, and I'm not going to pretend like I have the answer. I have some things that I think would help. You know what I'm saying? But I don't have the answers, and I think that bothers me more than anything else because I keep seeing the injustice, the inequality, and what little I can do, I try to do that with everything that's in me because to see people oppressed, and I'm like Leonard in this respect. I help all kind of people, white people, black people, brown people. It don't matter. I will help anybody that needs help because that's a part of who I am. But we have, unfortunately, in this country, mentality that I got mine, you get yours best way you can. I mean, maybe some people think that's the right way to think, but I've never thought like that, and I don't even know how to think like that. So I don't have the answers, but I'm praying that something, and then we know God, He got us, and everybody keeps saying, God got you, everything will be okay, and I believe that with all my heart. But if I try to pretend like I'm not concerned about what I'm doing right now, then I would not be real with myself. Yeah, exactly. I'm very concerned about what I'm seeing and what I'm feeling in this country. I'm very concerned about that.
Absolutely.
Can you hear me? Because I'm traveling.
Yes.
Please pray. I'm heading to Savannah, so I'm driving.
Okay. So, bring me some of them crabs back when you come. Bring me some of them crabs back when you come. Go.
I'm so sleepy right now.
Are you all right? Pull over, make you some coffee or something.
I'm going to pull over. I want to get to Macon at least, and then I'm going to stop for a minute because I'm really sleepy.
Okay. Wow. And I'm looking at the thing here on CNN, and they talking about Trump says he's going to the Supreme Court to stop all vote counting. Come on, man.
Of course.
So
let the foolery begin. He already said, y'all, this is why are y'all shocked? He already said he was gonna do this.
He said he was gonna do it. So I'm not surprised.
Exactly. Toussaint, talk to me, brother. What's on your heart?
Let him stop it now while he's in house.
Absolutely. Go. He showed.
A person can only do what you allow them to do. And this country is sickening.
Yes, it is.
To me. Okay. I never worked America. I'm just saying. I just live here, born and raised here. But I never did own this country because this country's a mess.
Yes, it is. Absolutely.
Always have been like this. It just took one clown to stir it up. Anybody here ever been on a farm and you see all the little cow dungs all over the place? You can walk through the whole pasture and you'll never smell none of it unless you put your foot in it.
Wow.
That's all he did. It was always there. All he did is put his foot in it.
Yeah.
And everybody can smell it.
Stirred it up. And then and
follow him, the scent follow him everywhere he goes. And
see, he put his foot in it, stirred it up, and then walked amongst you with it on the sole of his shoe. So you can't do nothing but smell it. Exactly. Can't do nothing but smell it. Good deal.
Exactly. And they always got this person on the farm messing with the cows. So they like to scent.
Exactly. Now, y'all know this is where I went. So Rico, I'm coming to you, man.
You gonna get that on your way home.
Yeah, I'm with you, brother. I'm with you. But Rico, this is where I went. So we're gonna change the subject. You know, we open up the phone lines to whatever people want to talk about. So Rico, what you want to talk about this morning, brother? What's on your heart?
Oh man, really? I just got back on the line, man. I missed what Cassandra said, man, because I think I had cut off earlier. And I had to get off the phone for a second. And when I got back on, I think she was talking, man. So I hope somebody could sort of brush me up on what it was she said, because I always be digging what she's talking about.
Cassandra? You like what Cassandra said? Cassandra
be laying it. Cassandra be laying it down.
Yes,
man.
she do.
I got to get back on here so I can hear what she got to say when they get back to her. She was already in the midst, getting off of it, talking about she's sleeping.
Yeah.
I am, but I was complimenting you actually, Rico, and some of the things that you said, and I just, my heart this morning is just really heavy, because of what I perceive is the continued injustice and inequality in this country, and actually 45 used old tactics to win. He made people feel afraid of Black people.
Yeah.
That we were coming in. That's not right, y'all. And that's where Leonard comes in. And who does that, man? What kind? This is the country that you're leading. Why would you tell one group that they need to be afraid of another group coming into their communities, and then they said we need jobs, not mobs? Oh, well, we all know we need jobs.
Yeah.
And who was the mob? That's the Black people. Why would you do that? It's just not right, man. That stuff bothers me so much. And
it should. And it should, because he's using that same manipulation that has been used for years, and people they just can't, for whatever reason they don't seem to understand. This is what he's doing. Pay attention. This is what he's doing. So Rico, what I want to do, if you have anything on your heart in particular, if not, I go to somebody else, because I want to open it up right now. What's on your heart? What you want to talk about, bro?
Well, it's gonna get away from the politics side of things.
That's fine.
I'm gonna get away from the complaints that we have, and get to what are some of the things that we could do differently. Now that we see the situation that we're in, we know our reality. What are some innovative new things we could do to rebuild some kind of momentum or create a momentum that may create a unity like the white supremacists have? What are some good ideas? Some may be old. I know I don't see people having talent shows, or I don't see high school students having Greek shows, or colleges, fraternities, or sororities mentoring them. What are some of the things that we can do to change the momentum in our community? Because we got a lot of distraction and unfocused stuff going on.
Cassandra? And everybody mute your line. I got a conversation going on in the background, and somebody, I don't know who line that is, but there's a conversation going on in somebody's background. So mute your line for me so we don't hear that. But Cassandra, how would you respond to Rico's question?
You know what, Rico? I thought that all of the things that I've been doing all of these years, being a part of NAACP, being a part of SCLC now, but it's not working. So I'll be totally honest. Leonard would probably have more eyes, because I just feel like I'm so tired. And I know we're not supposed to be weary and well doing. I'll never stop doing good by people. But I don't know. I really don't know. And I can be honest about that.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what we need to do because it seems like everything we've tried doesn't work.
Okay. Leonard?
Well, first of all, I think you have to understand, what the bigger picture is. I'm not really looking for Black unity to resolve issues. I'm looking for Black people to really dig into the moral values of their ancestors and strategically align themselves with winning. We waste too many resources on folks that just don't want nothing.
Mm-hmm.
They don't want to do better or anything of this nature. And we coddle them. And then you sit there and here you could be sitting over in your nice house watching TV, enjoying the fruits of your labor. But now you out here in the street fighting for somebody that won't even fight for themselves.
Mm-hmm.
You come in my presence and want some help and tell me you have not voted or you have voted for Trump. You might as well turn around and go the other way. If you can't help us, I can't help you.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So we have to quit coddling and accepting people and ideas that make us less than who we really need to be.
Mm-hmm.
The Honorable Elijah Muhammad teaches us that you can do better if you would like.
Yeah, gotta want it.
But trust me,
mm-hmm.
you did not. If you can't make somebody want it. I mean, they have to have a desire inside to say, "I'm sick and tired of myself." Mm-hmm. There are some people that had no problem with their kids not eating every day.
Wow.
As long as they can get that new pair of shoes or do whatever they want. You got folks walking around abandoning babies and everything else. You want to know about what we can do? I tell you what you can do is you can start getting married and taking care of your children.
Come on. And that's the first step.
That's what you can do.
Yeah. And see and Leonard, that right there is just the first step. That's not the all in all solution. That's just the first step. Let's get past that first step first, and then we can concentrate on the second step, the third step, the fourth step, or whatever else we need to do after that. Let's do the first step first.
There are some simple things that we can do.
Yeah.
The simple things we can do is one, you can say, guess what? I'm not gonna kill another brother or sister.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
That's what you can do that.
Yeah.
But the issue is you have people who don't want to do it. And while y'all sitting here talking about what's so unjust, remember, there are some people who believe that you should have been able to do what you want, how you want, as many times as you want until you get tired. Mm-hmm. 3 strikes was so unlawful. No, it's not. No, it's not.
Mm.
It punishes people who continually do the wrong thing. So some people gonna have to be fed to this beast. You understand?
Mm-hmm.
Let's quit to acting like Donald Trump ain't the Antichrist. Nowhere near it. He could care less about your religion. So he's not the Antichrist or anything like that. He's just an evil person who has power. And
I was talking to
people who support him.
I was talking to somebody yesterday.
That support other people.
Exactly. Leonard, I was talking to somebody. I was talking to a pastor friend of mine yesterday. I'm not gonna call his name. But I was talking to him yesterday, and we was talking about Trump, and he said, man, right, let me tell you something. He said, I've never heard Trump say he was a Christian. He said, have you?
Never.
And I thought about it for a second. I said, whoa. I seen him hold the Bible upside down. I've seen him misquote scriptures. 2 Corinthians. Yeah, I've seen him do these things, but I've never, truth of the matter, I've never heard him say he was a Christian.
He's not a religious man at all.
Mm-hmm.
Nope. His religion is his money.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Wow.
So I mean, it's not. He doesn't have anything against the church or anything else. However you want to check that plan, you Black preachers who don't want to take a stance against evil, you may want to check that plan, because one part of the plan is that you preach how great he is and how great America is in church every Sunday into your parishioners.
Wow.
So while you sitting here and want to talk about the freedom and the right to bear arms, what about the freedom of speech? What about the freedom of religion? What about those freedoms as well?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So this is a democracy thing. And one, we have to fight until it's all over with. Yes, people say, well, it's so unfortunate. It's not unfortunate for those like myself who have been fighting ever since. It has been a fight to stay out of jail. It has been a fight to stay on the right track.
It has been a fight for people to just do the right thing. I can always find friends to do wrong with me. You heard me?
Yeah, absolutely.
I can walk out of here right now and go down the street and say, let's go rob a bank. And I guarantee you I can get some friends to go rob a bank. But if I say, come on, let's go on down here with Cassandra, down here to the building, to the Capitol building and fight against human trafficking, I'm by myself.
Yeah.
That's why I go where those people are at.
I would go with you.
Doing good things.
Man, I would go with you, man, but I got this to do and I got that to do, man. Look, and you know, man, you go down there, man. I hope everything work out, man. Rico, I would go with you, Rico, but man, I got so much to do today, man. I can't make it, man. What is going on, Rico? What is really going on?
It's the value system, man. It's what people value. People like doing what they want to do, what they like to do. We're addicted to pleasure, and pleasure is hard to break away from. You know what I'm saying? It's hard to break away from your cravings. Yeah. And so, you know, we in a society here in America where abundance means more. It means success. You know, so if you can't get your abundance in finances, you probably gonna get it in food. You're gonna probably get it in sex. You're gonna find your value in something. Whatever you can get the most of is gonna make you say, okay, now that's who I am. I just showed you what I'm worth. You know, so we're addicted to that pleasure and the reaping the rewards, you know, of getting that abundance. But we don't know really and truly what we're supposed to be getting an abundance of. You know, so I think that's one of those situations like, you know, religion is very helpful, you know, with trying to find a direction or a path or getting a certain mindset of the proper values.
Yeah. But
I honestly think that, you know, with that question that I asked earlier, that the children, the youth, at their youngest point of where they can start retaining is where it's most important that we begin to start trying to re-educate. And I'm not gonna say re-educate, educate them with the proper reality and the proper values that they should have to create a better lifestyle for the future. Because I don't think people really, those in power especially, live for the future. They live for now. They don't care what's gonna happen in the future. They don't care about the environment. They don't care about pollution. They don't care about climate change. None of that stuff. You know, they don't care about the dollar collapsing. They just worried about the profits that they can make now, and within the foreseeable 10 or future that they have, they figure that they might be in existence. You know, so it's all with the changing the mindset of the youth. You know, I'm big on trying to create a curriculum, especially in the Black community. I'm big with trying to create a curriculum that I know the HBCUs teach, and giving that to youth starting in 2nd and 3rd and 4th grade, reinforcing them with nothing but knowledge of Eastern culture and people, Black people, dark people that created and invented and started culture and civilization. The people in Wilmington, North Carolina that were aldermen and policemen that those victims, they were great achievers at one point in time. They became victims. I can't even say their names. You know, but we need to be able to acknowledge and recognize these people so we can feel good. Our younger generation can't feel good about the new cool being excellence.
Yeah.
Because right now the cool is having the bag and putting the band up to your ear and talking to the money. You know what they do. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? But it's about the WAP. You know, that's what they value. They value going viral. But you know what happened to valuing scholars? That's why I say right now, it was a point in time where it wasn't cool to date a dope boy or somebody that will wear their pants up under their butt cheeks. But now some of these women in higher places won't mind accepting a man like that if he could take a trip overseas with them.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
You know?
And let me go to Cassandra. Cassandra, you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Cassandra,
yeah,
somebody got a background, got a conversation going on in the background. Mute your line so we don't hear that extra conversation that got going on. But Cassandra, I want to ask you a question. How heartbreaking is it to you that and I'm looking at the thing last night, he was talking about Florida and Trump, he's I think he either won Florida, he's real close to winning Florida right now. But they were saying that the huge Latino community in Florida actually turned out for Trump. How disheartening is that to you? knowing what he did when he went over there. He throwing tissue out to the people. And
listen, I don't. That one, I know Rico mentioned the economics. I get that, but there is no way that I could vote for someone as a Latino, as a part of the Latino or Hispanic community that I have seen call people coming from Latino and Hispanic countries trying to get away from what's going on in their countries, calling them rapists, thugs, murderers, all of this stuff, and how he treated people that were coming into this country, trying to immigrate into this country legally, even the ones that were trying to come in legally, how he treated them. There is no dang way. It's the way he has talked about Cortez. And man, I don't get it, but I do believe it's economic. I do they're looking at this, great American way, and they feel like Trump is going to lead them to the promised land. But I'm going to tell you something. The Bible talks about people falling into an open grave. You following somebody into an open grave. And I believe the people that have not taken into account this man's ethics, integrity, and character will be following to an open grave very shortly if he wins.
Exactly.
I believe that's so hard. I hate to say it, but I believe we haven't seen anything yet if this man gets back in office. Because right now, if nothing else, we need to have someone in there that can heal and help bring this country, because we are the most divided. And I'm 61. I was young during the 60s when with Dr. King and those, but I have never in my lifetime seen a time where we were more divided racially.
Exactly.
Other than the 60s.
Exactly. Christy, what do you say to that, man? Down in Miami-Dade County, they say that the huge Latino community voted for Trump, knowing what he's done to them, how he talked bad about them, but they went out and they voted for him. Christy, what's on your heart?
It's like I said, we have to understand the oppressed likes to be oppressed, because that's all they know. If you oppress someone long enough, and if you do things to them long enough, they begin to, for a lack of a better word, like it, seek it, and almost be content with it. And when you bring something different, oh no, that's not something we need. And you can always control people by money. If you have a love of money in your heart, and money is what makes you go. And a lot of people vote for Trump because of guns, but they're forgetting that he's trying to do away with Social Security. He's trying to do away with housing. He's trying to do away with all the programs, grants, loans, and any kind of government assisted things that are going on. He want to do away with them completely. And so once you look at that, the gun thing is minute compared to that, or different things that you're looking at. I have a right to bear arms, but you have a right to have a place to stay. You have a right to have Medicaid and Medicare. You have a right to all these things, and you're placing it, and that's what politics do. They do a smoke and screen, so you will not see what's going on behind the screen. And I think that's what happened to a lot of the Latinos, or I call brown families, is they got caught up in the political part of it and not understanding everything it is to understand that's going on. So they voted based upon that, based upon different things that they are fearful of. They're not looking at how the concentration camps are being built for them. They're not looking at the wall that he wants to build. They're not looking at how he says that every last one of them are criminals or poor or different things like that. So, you sometimes you gotta look past some things to look at the truth. And the truth of the matter, and as African American people, we do the same thing. We rather support people that hate us, that talk about us, that will not be there for us, and push away the people that want to care for you and give you programs and stuff to help. So, we all in our own right, in our own races, have those issues. So we have to become more smart And we have to become better and quit worrying about our pockets and start worrying about the things that matter.
Exactly. Toussaint, what's on your heart, brother?
I don't know, man. This is just, life gets confusing, but you know what? Let me say this. I wanted to say it. Righteousness. And I'm not trying to push no Christianity or my beliefs on nobody. But the same thing that, like, and I come in, I want to say this. Christy, Leonard, Cassandra, Rico, fighting for others' rights, and I commend you for that. The work y'all do. And that's a good thing because some people won't fight for themselves. Leonard mentioned something. There's some people that they don't care if the children eat. As long as they can get their nails done.
Yeah.
They had to get like Beyonce and all of these other. As long as some people have they riding good, but the house nasty, they don't care. Acting a certain way because they all they care about is the right now for them.
Yeah.
You still have sex trafficking. You still have somebody dumping their kids in the trash can. You still have people fussing and fighting and doing this and doing that, doing the other thing. And you still have racism. You still have the drive for somebody to say, I can give you this if you just support. I'm going to do this for you. And they're lying. They ain't going to do nothing. So, I'm like, really, he's done a lot for the black community, but I must not be black then. I must not. And I can, when people start talking about Latinos and Mexicans and stuff like that, it get kind of funny. I got one child that's in Mexico right now. He has one of my grandsons. I probably never see him till he gets grown because of the paper trail. If he gets to trying to cross that border, he's gonna be in one of them cages. So for people to hear him say certain things about them and still vote for him, we crazy. I'm confused.
Yeah.
I'm just confused. But sex trafficking, human trafficking been going on for the longest because when, like Rico said, when they start cotton, I hate a field of cotton. I don't like to look at no field of cotton because it's a reminder of the backs that America was built on.
Yeah, come on.
The ones that built the backs that they got built on wind up with nothing, except for the ones that sold them out.
That's it. Leonard, talk to me about what you think. What you think the reason is why our Latino brothers and sisters would vote for Trump in Dade County as they did.
Well, it's why Latinos have always supported the Republicans, because they don't mind being slaves. They'll be a slave long enough until they can get enough money in their pocket to run away. You understand? They're coming here because there's always a group of people willing to underpay them, willing to drop the nickels and dimes, and they take their little nickels and dimes and they put them together until they get a bunch, and then they buy their way out. You understand?
Wow.
So one, they come over here because there's always a white person that wants to pay you to be their maid, to take care of their kids, cut their grass, to do all that. So that's why they come here, and they don't mind being prostituting themselves until they can get enough to get out.
Wow.
So they'll endure a little hardship because they have purpose. They're not worried about racism or nothing. They don't care about you spitting on them. You ever talk to a Mexican? Sometimes he pretend he don't even know what language you speaking. Sometimes he don't know what language you speaking. As long as he count that money and you give it to him, he don't care nothing about what you talking about. You can call him anything you want to, as long as you pay him at the end of the day. He ain't got to have new clothes. That's why you see them. They ain't always dressed up and fancy. They dress like what? Like they work all day, every day, because that's what they do. That's why they support that, because they're running from something. You understand? And if they can get over here and make a couple dollars and then get in the system, they know that in 6 months, if they save their money and do what they're supposed to do, boom, they can move as freely as they want. But see, what they have to remember, while us black people and everybody was fighting to hold ICE back off of their behinds, guess what? They coming for you. You think it was bad before. Because remember, the only people that didn't want background checks is who? Wealthy white business owners, because they wanted cheap labor. And these people are willing to do that for them. So no, they didn't want to check backgrounds because God forbid that the government say you can't employ illegal aliens to help you make money.
Raheem,
you understand how that works?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir, Donald.
Raheem,
yes.
Can you open? It's time to open the door of the church, and we're gonna raise the offering.
Wow. I saw.
You got to think about what these people do, Raheem. It's depressing. Okay, you have people who will stuff things in their body just to come across that border to deliver them drugs, and then people may be doing that because they got a sick person that they're trying to pay health care for. Just to help so their families can eat. They'll risk their life. I know Africans who will send their children away, probably never believe that they'll see them again, just for them to get over here.
Yeah.
That's sacrifice. So I don't hate these immigrants for what they're trying to do, but understand this is why they're doing it.
Okay.
Now you can decide whether that's a bad thing or a good thing, but this is why they're doing it, because they believe that if they can suffer for a little while, they'll be able to purchase their freedom.
Rico, I saw.
Leonard,
go ahead, Cassandra.
Leonard, I hear you, and I never thought about it like that. But if they would just look at Black people that came here and that have worked hard all of these years, and what we are still facing as a people, they would know that that myth is just that. It's a myth. That if you work hard and keep your nose clean and do what they say you should do, you would be respected, and have the opportunities that others have. That's a lie. We've already seen that. You can work as hard as you want. You can be educated. And I still say you have to work 2 to 3 times, 10 times sometimes harder than a white person to get a position. And then they still might not give it to you. And I've seen that over my 60 years on this planet. I've seen it multiple times where I've worked in corporate America and I worked harder than everybody in the office. And see them bring a little white girl in and promote her over me. Not more educated, nothing. Not better numbers, but they get promoted over me. It's an issue, man.
Yeah.
It's an issue.
Right. And see, the reason why it is that way, they don't want that job, Cassandra. You understand what I say? They don't want the position. They don't want all those things that you want.
Yeah.
They don't. They want so little that they can get that by simply taking care of other people's kids, cleaning their house, and everything else.
Yeah.
I've seen Hispanics come here and only one of them be able to speak English. He talks for the group. I'm gonna tell you,
right.
as soon as he can buy him a truck, as soon as he can get a car to go to the Home Depots and get equipped.
Yeah.
first thing he do is he go get his people.
Yep.
Is he go get his people. And see, the white man, as soon as he sees that message, now what he want to do? He want to create a law to try to keep them from owning their own business. Or how you ever seen somebody get mad and call immigration on the place? So they making too much money? Because they competition? And they call immigration on.
Yeah.
You know, it's like I'm gonna use Tucson as an example. Man, I can't stand seeing a field of cotton. It ain't the cotton fault. It's not the cotton's fault. But there are people that will gladly pick their cotton to this day. If they see that's how they're gonna get their money to do better. See, they don't come with the notion that someone owes them anything or anything. I'm gonna take this 5, I'm gonna put it with this 5. Some of y'all sold dope before. You know you don't be big from the beginning. You buy your way in.
Yeah.
You sell your way up. And then when you go to get too much, somebody then asks you, hey.
Look at him, man. Look at him, man. Look at him, man.
Hey, Raheem.
Yes, sir.
Raheem, I hate to cut in again. Yeah. When you are, for instance, Mexican Latino, they'll pay you over $30 an hour, make you supervisor, give you extra because you can translate. If you can speak English and Mexican.
Yeah.
I'm talking about right here in Mississippi.
Wow.
And then they'll go and, hey, Tucson. And then they'll go and tell the white boss that they got plenty of friends that need them jobs.
Yeah.
And then they can get rid of y'all workers that complain all the time.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And they don't miss work.
No.
They may drink tequila all day when they're off, but they'll be on time the next day. Promise you.
They have great work ethic. Great work ethic.
Wow.
I don't like working with them because they'll work you to death. They make you feel embarrassed you on the job because they're out.
Lord, my Jesus. Rico, I saw when Leonard was talking, you were shaking your head in approval as to what he was saying. Brother, what's on your heart?
You know, it went away for a second, but you know, it's you know, Sandra said something earlier about the myth, and that myth is called the land of opportunity. The land of opportunity. Now, when you actually think about the word opportunity, sometimes the opportunities ain't a good thing. You know, they can become the worst type of capitalist, like a human trafficker. But now imagine coming from a third world country that is only a third world country because it's being raped of its resources by the people that run, the producers of the land of opportunity. So they want to come to this land of opportunity, not knowing the real details of our situation. So they come here thinking that 100 years ago, black people went out already trying what they're coming over here with the same dreams of doing, achieving that American dream. They don't know that history. Just like we don't know history that we should know because we only got educated by what we were told in our school system if somebody else didn't sit down with us and explain what was really going on. So now they come over here with an idea that this is the land of opportunity. And if you listen to some of these people when they get here and they're conservative, they say, well, you know what? All you got to do is work hard. They don't think about the fact that somebody might pull you over because you black and not care about the fact that you working hard and you an upstanding citizen and you don't own a gun, but you reach for your license and they just took your life and blew your brains out. They don't think about that. They don't think about the fact that you look at civil rights movies and slave movies, you see the same scenario all the time, but Chris Rock said something the other day. They don't show the part about people just walking in black people's house taking their food because during the recession they didn't have food. They don't show too many scenes of people just having their land taken. You know, somebody just, I mean, it's a whole different aspect of the terrorism and brutalization that went on in the black struggle that a lot of people don't know of. So now here you are, you Cuban, and you come over here and you want wealth.
And sometimes I'm gonna be honest, wealth is a great thing, as long as it's not selfish and greedy. If you spread the wealth, it's awesome.
Yeah.
But if you just want all the wealth for yourself, you're gonna be a selfish, greedy person. Exactly. Now, some black people are about wealth, selfish wealth. And they know we don't have a military to protect that wealth. They bind it to the land of opportunity, the American dream scenario. So what they're gonna do, they're gonna vote and support the party that is best, that's gonna support its best interest. And I remember working before I had even started being a union representative. I remember going around to different black guys in my planet complaining about what was going on. And one of the guys told me, I thought this guy was cool. I mean, we hung out every day, we smoked together every day, we kicked it. But I found out he would be the type of person that go back and tell the boss man that you smoked today before, but not mention that he smoked with you. So I was like, man, these jokers doing this and that, doing this. And he was like, you know what, man? What he doing to you? What he doing to you? I don't give a deal about that. Yeah. They'll mess with me and give me all my overtime. I'm all right. Sooner or later, he ended up having to come around and get on board because they overran him. They seen, okay, now you will buy in and you will sell out and you'll tell on people, you'll snitch. But now you know what? We finna put our foot on your throat. Now he want to raise and say, oh, Rico, man, let me tell you, man, they dirty, man. They dirty. I'm like, oh, now you want to talk. Now you want to talk about some rights. You want to talk about racism. But see, people gonna side with the people that protect their best interests. Yeah. And we black people and those Cubans down in Dade County don't have enough military to protect the wealth that they came over here and gained for themselves. That opportunity and that capitalism, they ain't just bite the apple. They ran back that night and robbed the whole tree of the rest of the apples. And they want the part of the conservative party that will protect it by any means necessary, whether it's by bombs or funds.
Wow. Cassandra, what's on your heart? Cassandra?
I'm here. Raheem, you would call me. I'm taking pain medication, and you gonna call on me the minute I put it in my mouth. I'm sorry.
Perfect timing, sister. Perfect timing. Gotta have that perfect timing. But yeah. Let me do this, Cassandra. Let me do this real quick. I want you to speak on that. But when you finish speaking on that, I want to come back to you and open up with whatever you want to talk about. Don't have to be the same thing because this is where I went. So I want to
talk about what I want to talk about.
Okay.
I want to talk about being pretty and going to Savannah to work.
Oh Lord Jesus! Look. Oh Lord Jesus! Rico.
No, I'm trying to break the ice. I'm trying to break the.
Look, Rico.
Down here.
Say it again.
I said I want to feel better, be in a better spirit before I get down here.
There you go. Man, hey, you ain't gonna bring no but your best anyway. That's all you got to bring.
I know.
That's all you got to bring.
I already got the role. It's the featured role with the star of this movie. So I already got that. I got that out of the 30-something people. So yes, I'm really proud of that. But I was feeling really down because of what's happening. But I really want to get my head in a different place. Before I get there. But guys, I don't even know what to say except we got to continue to pray, which we've been doing. We got to do something like Leonard said, like Rico said, like Donald said, like Christy said, we got to do something.
Yeah.
We have to come up. There has to be something that we could do that will counteract. And we know legislation and some of the other things that were mentioned are good things to do. But I'm still waiting for somebody to tell me, Leonard, Rico, how do we bring our people together? Because all of the groups that I work with, I feel like they're just not getting it done. Like SCLC, I love SCLC. I've been a part for many years, NAACP, but they are not getting the job done at this point.
Wow. Do you think they've lost the vision? Do you think, Cassandra, they've lost the vision and the purpose of why they're actually here?
I think a lot of most of these organizations are being run by older people. Now, NAACP is having in Georgia sort of a resurgence because they have the youngest president that they've ever had. This kid is like 26. He looks like he's 16. But and a lot of the youth, the younger people, young adults, are following him, and they're really paying attention to what he says. So let's just hope that he can focus and get that group, back on track. But somebody said it's going to take the young Rico, I think. I think we really need to focus on the young people at this point because, some of us are getting older, like me, and I'm just ready to go shoot somebody. No, I'm just kidding.
No, you ain't. No, you ain't. No, you ain't.
I didn't know.
No, no, you ain't. You don't want to bought that bazooka. You ready to try that thing out. That's what it is. You ready to try it out.
Wait. I'm gonna tell y'all this and then I'm gonna get off. So my daughter bought me this really expensive stun gun, little stun gun. And so last night I had charged it and I was trying to put it in my suitcase, my purse to take with me. And I don't know what I hit, but that thing started going off. And my entire household, everybody running out the room with their guns. What the heck? They thought the alarm in the house had gone off. So anyway, but yeah, I'm not gonna shoot nobody.
Good deal. Good. Let me go to Leonard. Leonard, what you want to talk about today, brother? It's Way Out Wednesday, man. We open up the lines, whatever you want to talk about. What's on your heart?
Oh man, I really want to understand what people plan on doing. What are you going to do? Because really, it speaks to what you was doing before the election. Does your life really depend on what's going on? Do you know why you should have voted for one side or the other? So I hope people have been listening and taking these things and these points of view, because we still got to be organized at local and state levels. You know what I'm saying? There are states that are much better to live in than other states. Okay, so we have to get out of this mindset, this gloom and doom mindset, and dedicate ourselves to strategies. And what you can do is you have to do what's best. Definitely, if you're in poverty right now, you don't have no education, you got to get into some type of vocation. That's what you need to do, because you got to generate some money for yourself. So you got to get a skill. You got to get a skill, because all you have to offer this system is labor. Yeah. There's different types of things. There's land, labor, and capital. Most people are in possession of labor. Okay. So they provide labor to the market. So if you're that person, you have to realize, how am I going to get the most for my labor? I'm probably going to have to get more skills, get a better education, and things of that nature. If you got some land, how are you going to maximize the use of your land to generate wealth for yourself? We got some folks that got capital. If you are a person and you have the access to capital, what are you going to fund that's going to benefit yourself and the community? We clapping hands and everything for the First Black Bank, but if I need the same credit score from the Black Bank as I need from the White Bank to get a loan, I'm still lost.
Yeah.
But that's the reason why I can't get a loan from the White Bank, is because I ain't got the credit. So you can talk to me all you want about a Black-owned bank, but are the rules the same at the White Bank? Then you just a Black person that owns a bank.
Yeah. Ain't making no difference.
So it ain't making no difference. If you if home ownership is the thing, that home has to be financed, right? So where's the Black Bank's plan to finance home ownership and rebuild African American communities? We would hope that these Black banks would take advantage of all the opportunity grants and things like that, and put their bank in the community and start building places to live, reinvesting in these dilapidated communities. I mean, if you're gonna be a Black bank, because I don't really know people now that ain't getting loans because they're Black. Now, I don't know, y'all can help me out, but there's a difference between not getting a loan because of the color of your skin and not getting one because you don't meet the requirements.
Yeah. So basically, basically what you're saying, Leonard, basically what you're saying, Leonard, you ain't gonna go in there with no 400 credit score and think you're gonna get a loan on a $300,000 home.
You can be jet black. So if y'all gonna build houses, you're gonna still have to go do what? Buy material.
Mm-hmm.
So it's there for you to do if you want to do it because they're doing it.
Mm-hmm.
Folks like me and Cassandra probably have Cassandra has to decide when it comes to the laws and things like that related to human trafficking, for instance. So that's what she does. I usually fight injustice where I see it or unfair systems.
Yeah.
Or reaching out to law enforcement and things like that. Of course, police brutality is an issue, but we know how to do that.
Yeah.
So what we have to do is encourage people, first of all, is to want the best for themselves. But now, if you don't want nothing, I'm worried about you. I don't worry about you no way if you don't want nothing.
Yeah.
But for every person that tries, I'm interested in helping.
Exactly. In some kind of way. Exactly.
I'm not don't get it twisted. I ain't wealthy and all that type of stuff either. I'm just blessed.
And see that.
But I have to do what I have to do.
See, and that's the thing, Leonard, and you said about the banks, and I think that's a beautiful thing to have that. But at the same time, if you're not doing anything that's going to make a difference in the community, it's almost worthless. I also, what I would love to have happen, and I would love to see happen, we come together, and people say, Raheem, I don't know about that, but why can't we open up a chain of grocery stores, man?
Because it ain't about us opening up a chain of grocery stores. It's about a person who has a love for that business doing that.
But I know that
you can't, like I said, sometimes Black people gonna have to take their medicine now. You're gonna have to take your medicine too, because you really want somebody else to do it. You don't want to do it yourself.
Yeah.
You really want somebody else to do it. That's your problem right there. You want somebody else to do it. If your neighborhood needs a grocery store, this week start working on getting a grocery store. The person that said it.
Exactly. Rico, what do you say to that?
What are you waiting for?
Exactly. Absolutely. Rico, what's on your heart, brother?
Financial literacy and logic is very key. And I've caught myself over the last 30 years. I remember when I first came out of high school, man, I came up with a little system to run my credit score up so high using money that I was borrowing, that I was getting loans off of. I had never touched that money. I would use that money and pay them back with their own money as fast as I could. And I just snatched my credit through the roof real fast. And so, being an older cousin and older brother and stuff like that, I started passing that along to other people, even friends. I was like, hey, look, man, stay away from errands and rental center, just trying to show them about building credit. And these same people would undermine me due to convenience. They wanted to consume so fast that they would go to finance companies, not knowing anything about an interest rate. To see that finance company give them that money a little bit easier. So they'll go to this finance company, go buy boats and four-wheelers, and then they go tell everybody else, look, man, I went and got this. Go to this finance company. And I'm telling them, look, man, don't do that. Go to a bank, open up your savings account, start small, and add, when you've been there long enough, get your $500 loan, pay them back that $500 with their money. Don't touch it, and then get you another one, right? And run it through. And so, I see that. And then now to this day, 30 years later, I'm telling people, look, man, go buy your TV for $300 during this little Black Friday on November stuff that they're doing, instead of going to errands spending $60 a month.
Yeah.
Because by July, you're gonna be able to pay for this TV twice.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like that logic and that literacy, man, is very key. And but I think about how important it is that we're gonna have to start with our youth, because the adults have been so consumed with the things that they have pleasure in, what they find pleasure in, that it's gonna be hard for them to listen when they get to what they want immediately, as quick as possible. But with the youth, you have a chance to teach them. And the reason why I say that, because if it wasn't for my grandmother, I'd be out here messed up, man.
Yeah.
I would be out here messed up. And so I think to myself, well, you know what made me different and then don't get me wrong, my generation dropped the ball big time.
Yeah.
But still at the same time, a lot of people from my generation, we could still sit down and have these conversations. And we all agree it came from our grandparents. But we don't actually realize that it was the fact that they caught us so young and instilled, implemented or programmed us with certain values and ethics that made us the way that we are today. So now the tactics to get that done is in our faces, plain and simple. We just don't value what our ancestors showed us.
Yeah.
Get back to the youth, use that outreach and connect. Like Cassandra said, the NAACP is out of reach because of the older generation. Yep. You got to find a way to stay connected with the younger generation. Get out there and have conversations with them. Like I said, community events. You know, you have some kind of community event, you find out what the trend is and you find a positive way to use that trend. And then within that event, you always find a way to throw your message in to make them aware of something that you know that impacts them. And little by little, that's going to be the topic of the conversation, because all you got to do is put it in the air. It's psychology. We don't take advantage of the psychology. We just look at the physical thing, the economic, man, what about the mental things? The very simple things that our grandparents put in us that made us who we are.
Exactly.
That made us the better us. So it's the outreach. It's going back, reaching out to the community and giving quality time consistently with information. And they got to come from those in our community, not from our community, those in our racial ethnicity that have gone on to achieve great success. They got to come back and connect with these people and create the events to get them to show up so they can see and receive this information.
Rico, do you think they remember us, man?
Some do. Some are actually looking for a way to connect, but they've been banished because they wasn't hood enough. See, at one point in time, being an achiever and a scholar was cool. But then in the 90s, it became lame. You remember school days and all that, man, self-destruction. Just look at the atmosphere now. It's lame in popular society, especially in Black society, to talk about what we're talking about. That's not the everyday topic of discussion in our community, what we do every morning.
And like you said earlier, Rico, it's not the cool thing. It's not the cool thing. And because
create a new cool.
Yeah, because and because of that reason, man, people showing away from it, man. Cassandra, what's on your heart?
Yeah, I'm sorry, I got off for a moment. Are we talking about something specific or?
Well, Rico was talking about how we have people in the community that has done great things, and I'm trying to give you the quick version. Has done great things, but they don't sometimes come back, not because they don't want to, but because of the fact they've been shunned because of the path that they took. Why do you think a lot of people that make it out of the hood, and we're gonna say it like that, why do you think a lot of people that make it out of the hood don't come back to the hood to make a difference in the hood?
Yeah, I think sometimes it's because of the way that they did it. So now it's a problem, but I do know of several young men that was in the game, and I mean have stores in the mall. They did it the wrong way, and got like barbershops in the hood. I mean, you know what I'm saying? They did something. They took a negative way to do it. They did something positive, with it. So I don't know. I just feel like sometimes people want to forget the past, and I don't feel like you should ever do that. I feel like if you have succeeded, you need to go back and try to help your community. And it doesn't have to be big things, but try to do something to make a difference.
Okay. Now, Leonard, what do you say to the people that says, man, I made it out the hood. You can do the same thing I do, man. I don't owe the hood nothing. I don't owe the hood anything, man. I had to pull up my bootstraps. I had to get out there and I had to work and I had to grind. I had to do the things I had to do. Now you want me to come back and help you? Leonard, what kind of hard is that, man?
Well, you said it yourself. Everybody's not like that.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody don't have the same caring heart.
Mm-hmm.
Now think about it. LeBron is doing what he's doing because he was a good person before that.
Yeah.
And now he became something.
Mm-hmm.
But you can't expect people who haven't ever done anything or ever cared to just start caring because they got the money.
Yeah. Okay.
Especially if they stole it. If they out here robbing folks, boy,
yeah.
what makes you think they want to give it to you?
Yeah. Yeah.
So, I'm a little bit out of breath because I'm moving around a lot.
Mm-hmm.
But those are the things we have to consider. And I'm not, I get on your case, Raheem, about stuff like this when it comes to, well, shouldn't you do? I should. I made that money.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's my money. You ain't worked out one day for it.
Mm-hmm.
You got to have some kindness in your heart in the beginning. See, kind people are kind people, with or without money. Cassandra's going to be fighting for what's right, even if she ain't got a dime in her pocket or if she was rich.
Yeah.
Trust me. It ain't no money in this.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It ain't nothing but a bunch of heartache, and you help somebody along the way.
Somebody.
Mm-hmm.
Like somebody just writing us check because we out here doing what we doing. It's not that. It's not that at all. It's wanting people to have a fair chance.
Mm-hmm.
It's to protect people who can't protect themselves.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
We got people that will sit here and fight for the rights of the perpetrator more than the victim.
Wow.
Yeah. Yeah.
So we have to be aware of the rules and things in our area. If you see something in Michigan, and don't be looking all the way to Georgia talking about we.
Yeah.
You get together with people right there in your neighborhood in Michigan and build a coalition to change whatever it is that's going on.
Exactly.
See, we it's so easy to sit back and talk about we ain't never did nothing.
Mm-hmm.
It's people who get together and organize. And I have to always be a part of these groups because I believe in organization and getting things done and working with like-minded people. I like to be around folks, and I use Cassandra a lot because I know she's an activist and everything.
Mm-hmm.
I like to be around folks trying to be positive.
Yeah.
And do good things.
Mm-hmm.
Because if I sit around folks that's always pole-mouthing and everything, guess what my mentality gonna be?
Pole mouth.
The same way theirs is.
Exactly.
And then there you go, quote, a ghetto.
Mm-hmm.
And the same people talking about our neighborhoods are the same people who tore the neighborhood down. And now you want to blame it on white folks and then wonder why you can't get it fixed. They didn't tear your neighborhood down, you did.
Mm-hmm. I know you said something about we ain't never done nothing. I was looking at an episode and I got another call to go to the call as well, but I gotta be silly. But I was looking at an episode of Sanford and Son. And Esther, I forgot her name for a second. She kept saying, talking to Fred, talking about, well, we gonna do this and we. Fred looked at her and said, we. What, you speaking French now? I was like, look, Fred.
But you know what I'm saying? I'm not saying there's no such thing as unity.
Mm-hmm.
But what I'm saying is, first out the gate, you got to do self-responsibility.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And then we can bring all of our good things together and make a bigger pile of good things.
Yeah. Got you. Bishop, good morning, sir. How you doing this morning?
I'm blessed, man. Good morning, everyone.
Man, look at here, man.
Good morning.
I stayed up late looking at the elections last night, man, and something disturbed me, and I want to hear your heart on it, brother. They was talking about Miami-Dade County, and a lot of our Latino brothers and sisters down in Miami-Dade County, they say mainly a lot of the men voted for Trump. Now you know how Trump has treated them, man. Why would they do that?
Yeah. It was so true.
Talking to your phone, brother. You're a little bit low. Talking to your phone. We can barely hear you.
Our people perish for a lack of knowledge.
Mm-hmm.
And if that be the case and it's true, that's the route they chose to go. chose to go that route because of their lack of understanding as it relates to their well-being. I've been up looking at it, see the end results where it's, and so, and I saw that same thing, and I really find it hard to believe, honestly, that man Biden should have taken every state based on what has taken place under this administration. He should have taken every state, and he should have received all the electoral colleges, not half of them, not the 270. He need every one.
Yeah.
Sometimes people just don't want better, and that's just what I see. Some people don't want better. I can tell a person all the time, hey, don't do this, don't do that. And they go out and do the very thing I told them not to do. Then the first person they call is me. What to do? I told you not to do it.
Yeah.
Now that you did the crime, now you got to deal with the time. You know, you got to do the time.
Yeah.
So if this guy wins the electoral colleges, then I'm gonna be honest. Now, this is what I see coming into what I see. If Mr. Trump wins the electoral colleges and is elected to serve 4 more years, we as people, Black people of color, Hispanics, anything that is not pure white, lily white, as some would say, and I don't want to sound like a racist, but based on what him and what he's done for and to us, we're going to find ourselves missing out a whole lot, because it can give him 4 years to change laws and legislations that have put us in the negative. And my daughter said to me last night when she came by and said, well, I don't like Biden, but I'm gonna vote for him. But what he did to us, and I said, you're going back 30 years, something that he did when he was a U.S. senator, that he saw what was going on, and yes, it was unfair that they did. But if we commit the crime, whether it be Black, white, Hispanic, it doesn't make it, or never mind, you got to do the time. Don't do the crime, then you got to worry about the time. I heard Leonard, I think it was Leonard was speaking about you come in and tap your own neighborhood, where you had a chance now to invoke changes, to make things happen for us as people. But now you want to play this game. Well, he's talking about making America great. America was never great for Blacks. That's the Indians that had to walk that trail of tears. How great was it when they came here and took their land? And then they tried to make them servants, but they refused. They set the house on fire when you go in there. And so they beat us and scared the mess out of us. And I think folks are still scared today. And what they gonna do? What they gonna do to us? Now y'all folks better wake up. You better wake up. Ain't nowhere on earth Mitch McConnell should have been reelected.
Yeah.
Or Lindsey Graham should have been reelected.
Exactly.
But these folks go back and they put these same people in office and look for a different outcome. They look for something better. But you already see what they've been doing. Why are you gonna expect something different? Folks better wake up and smell the coffee. I ain't talking about Folgers.
Rico, talk to me, brother.
You know, one thing that's amazing about us is I've been noticing this my whole life. We love us some people. We love us some human beings, man. We want to see the best in everybody. And sometimes the writing could be right on the wall and we still look past it and be like, well, that's just that one situation, even though we still want to embrace each other the same way. So this is not against Bishop or nothing nobody said in the past. Yeah. Me and you done talked about this before. At one point in time, I think the women's rights movement came in with civil rights movement, and every time we spoke, we made sure we mentioned women too. Women's rights too. And then they ran off as they got their rights and left us hanging, fighting our own battle. Then they came back again doing women's suffrage, feminism. I mean, they did it twice. I can remember a time when we were in solidarity with the Japanese and with the Jews. I had seen a Sanford and Son show where a Jewish man told Fred Sanford, when Fred Sanford thought he found out he was Jew and he went to go find out some of the knowledge, that we were brothers that went through the same struggle. You get what I'm saying? So at one point in time during the 70s, you got to hearing people talking about our brothers, the Jews. Our brothers. So now guess what? Every time we bring up something pertaining to us, we got to bring up our brown brothers. But you know what? George Zimmerman is a brown brother. The guy that's over the Proud Boys is a brown brother. Ain't that funny? They so conservative. What they just do in Dade County? What the Cubans do? They brown. Them my brown brothers. See what they just did? But you don't never hear them saying, and our dark brothers and our black brothers. You don't never hear them saying. You don't never hear nobody. You don't hear the Jews coming in and saying, well, we want to do this for black people too. But we always, whenever we bring up something for us, we got to be cordial and drag somebody along. Now, maybe we have to do that sometime to get a little leverage. Maybe we got to do that. But it's just funny, and I ain't gonna say funny, but really truly, that's something that we have to pay attention to. That we still aren't getting what we are supposed to get, and we always make it a point to go out of our way to include other people's struggles along with ours. But you know the reason why those Cubans are going to keep on voting conservative, not only is it because it's going to protect their best interest in the American dream that they're trying to achieve, and that they worked hard and we could work hard too, but they don't even understand the history of Dixiecrats, because they wasn't even here then.
Yeah, that
wasn't even an issue back then. They couldn't even get here then. So that history, like I said, chattel slavery, there's a lot of things that everybody in the world or everybody in the United States should be on our side about, reparations or whatever it is, whatever argument we have based on what has happened in our history. Every group that comes over here should be on board, but they aren't educated on that. So now they will vote for a party that they don't realize will turn on them one day. They don't realize that. They don't know the Dixiecrats and the racists that went into the Republican Party, because it doesn't pertain to them. It doesn't concern them, because they aren't the thugs and the super predators and the criminals and the people that's filling up the prison system like we claim our brown brothers are. They ain't going through what we go through. Exactly. They Proud Boys. They George Zimmermans. You know what I'm saying? They the Cubans in Dade County that turned Florida over to Trump. Yes, our brown brothers and brown sisters. They will tell you they are conservatives and Republicans, but they voting for Biden this time.
Yeah.
You ought to vote, like Bishop said, if you in a righteous way, you got some kind of ethics about yourself, and you really believe in equality, a conservative should never win. It should be a sweep every year.
Yeah. Exactly.
Our brown brothers and sisters.
Can I say something?
Exactly.
Can I say something?
You certainly can. We got actually 2 callers just called in. I certainly want to touch them as well. So callers, hold on. I'm coming to you next. Go ahead, Bishop.
Rico, thank you so much. I appreciate that. You are so right, brother. I love it. I love it. I love it. You're absolutely right. And I just want to just tell you that, man. Thank you so much for saying that. I appreciate it.
Absolutely. Now I'm going to go to we have a caller from the 678 number, and I think I know who it is. Good morning, caller. What's your name? Where you calling from?
This is Patsy Austin Gaston. How are you?
Good morning. Good morning, sis. How you doing?
Good morning.
And I think
I'm sleepy.
It's okay. It's a good sleepy. It's a good sleepy, because I want to say congratulations. I want to say congratulations.
Thank you.
Because they tried all they could do, but they couldn't stop you. They tried all they wanted to. They couldn't stop you. So now, let me ask you, how should I introduce you right now? You know, there's a certain title that goes along with your name right now. So tell me, how should I introduce you right now?
Democratic elect district attorney elect of Gwinnett County.
Woo! Come on now. Hey, and I spoke to you earlier this morning, and I'm gonna say it again. I believe that we did it. You know, I know you did it, sister. I know you put a lot of work and a lot of time. But I feel like I was right there with you the whole way, man. And we did it. We did it. We did it.
Yes, we did. Yes, we did.
So
yes, we did.
So first, congratulations. I know I got everybody on here. Everybody. I'm looking at Rico. I can actually see Rico. He's smiling like a chest now. He happy. But my thing is what first, congratulations. So very proud of you, sister. So very proud of you. You and your husband y'all did so much, man. Y'all stayed in there. Y'all finished the race. But now the race, but now
the real work.
Now
begins.
the race began. Exactly. So what's next? What's next? Yes. What do we do to support you to make sure that everything is successful? What do we need to do?
Well, like I've always said, throughout the campaign, this is about the community. It's about the people. It's about what we all have to do together as a community. So I will be calling on y'all,
Absolutely.
When different things, happen, to be part of, task groups and different things like that, so that we can work on the issues that are impacting our community. So it's going to take some work.
Yes.
It's going to take some work, but we can do it. We can do it.
And together we will. And you ain't gotta call me. You just gotta come. Just show up. What we doing today? What we doing today? And that's, we got you. We in this thing together. And and nothing is gonna change, man. That's just how it is, man. Whenever you need us, we're here.
Thank you so much.
I want to go around. I know there's quite a few people that want to say something to you, Cassandra.
Congratulations, sis. District Attorney. Congratulations. Please let my ministries know. Let my ministry know if there's anything we can do. Absolutely anything. I'm not even in your county, but I'll be coming.
Exactly.
Okay.
Exactly.
All right. I'd like to leave my email address so that folks can reach out and give me their information.
Okay.
That is Patsy, PATSY, the number 4, DA @gmail.com. Patsy, the number 4, DA @gmail.com. So please reach out. Let me get your information, because we got to get this job done.
Absolutely. Let me go to Leonard, because Leonard was in the trenches with us as well. Leonard, what's on your heart, brother?
Man, first of all, congratulations. Then peace and blessing. And I was just telling Raheem that I really am glad I met you and your husband, because I feel a sense of the ancestors, and you all really want to do the right thing, like we started trying to do the right thing. And we look, you have the full support of New Order National Human Rights Organization, all our contacts and our network. We will make sure we make it happen for you, because one thing I like what she said, now the real work begins.
Yes.
Amen.
Rico.
Yes.
Hey, congratulations, Pats. I mean, Leonard hit it on the head. I was wondering why I was so elated. I'm in Alabama. You won't be able to prosecute me for nothing. But let me tell you, like he said, the work cannot be done. The changes happen. You be the long-standing person, man. And I mean, I applaud Black excellence, Black success, and this joy and elation that I feel, it can't be nothing but my ancestors. And man, I'm so proud and happy for you. And hey, I'm more happy to see that I know that you're gonna be an equal and fair person in the job that you got to do. So congratulations. I'm elated.
Absolutely.
Thank you. And I should also mention that I spoke to District Attorney-elect Fannie Willis of Fulton County this morning.
Wow.
And we're going to be working together. Yes. Because it's a regional thing. This is a regional thing. So I'm looking to awesome.
I'm looking to, and we may do it right after the beginning of the year. I'm looking to do another town hall, and I'd love to have you all on there as well, where we can actually come out and address the community and talk about the things that's important and what we need to do. We might schedule a little bit before the beginning of the year, but we'll talk about that. I get in touch with Travis, and we'll set it up. But yeah, we definitely need to do that, and make sure that everybody know what's needed and what's expected, and how we all have to play a part. We can't expect for you to do it all by yourself. We can't expect that. We voted, we did the things that we needed to do to get you in the office, but we can't expect you to just, okay, now you're in office, go do it. We all got to work together. We got to, everybody have to be a collective effort, on all of our parts to make that difference. Let me go to Bishop. Bishop, what's on your heart?
Yes.
Bishop, you there? See, come to Bishop, and he don't feel it. He's so excited. He don't fell over this. He laid on the floor. He knocked out.
No.
But I know we also have Annie from Mississippi. Annie, good morning. How you doing, sis?
I'm doing fine. Good morning, everyone. Congratulations.
Good morning. Thank you.
She's all over down there in Walla, Mississippi. I don't know what city she in, but I just gave her the name. But
I am in Meridian, Mississippi. Right here, Meridian, Mississippi.
Meridian, okay. Oh, that's it.
Yeah.
That's a little city that ain't got no grocery store.
Exactly. That's the one right there. That's the one.
Okay.
It have no stoplight. That's where I live at.
Look at y'all curb market is y'all mall.
Man, I hope she'll be down there in that casino. And when the Silver Star down there.
Yes, yes, sir. But I want to continue. We got a few more minutes before we get out of here, and I definitely want to. And before I do that, and anything, this is where I wins. Anything on your heart you want to talk about this morning? Patsy, hold on. We're gonna come right back to you. Hold on for a second. Huh?
No, I'm good. I mean, everything's good over here. I'm fine. I just want to call in and everybody. I'm good over here.
Okay. Now I'm hearing some background noise from somebody's line. I don't know who line that is. I'm gonna get a little background feedback from somebody's line on the telephone line. So if everybody can mute your lines so we don't have that background noise, it will help me out a whole lot if you could do that. But Patsy, are you still there?
Yes, I'm still here.
Okay. Now that you're in office, and I know I asked the question, what's next? But is there a plan of action that you have already implemented? Because I pray that you already knew you was going to get in. So now that you are in, is there a plan of action that you have in 3 months, 6 months, a year? A plan of action that steps that you want to take in the course?
Yeah. Well, technically, I don't take office until January 1, 2021.
Mm-hmm.
So, but prior to that, I'm going to be working with some community folks. I want to set up a town hall to discuss the state of the criminal justice system in Gwinnett County.
Okay.
Because I've come across so many different people that have told me different varying incidents that they have had. And I just want to listen. I want to start out by listening. Okay. And then from there, we'll take it to another level so that we can start resolving issues that people have dealt with.
Okay. Okay. Now you know that if you want to, we can do that here as well. We could definitely do that here as well, and actually put it on the television side, and yeah, we could definitely make that happen. We might if we ask Cassandra, real nice, that she might even moderate it for us. If we ask her real nicely, I don't know how nice I had to ask her, but I'm just throwing it out there. Cassandra, you hear me, right?
Yeah.
Cassandra, you hear me, right?
Yes, anything I can do, I'm already in.
Okay, good.
Can I ask a question?
Absolutely, go ahead.
How often is the election for your position?
Mute your line, Cassandra.
It's every 4 years.
Okay, every 4 years for you too. I think it would be important for us to realize that every year there's a graduating class of potential voters that need to get involved in the process and start being more aware, so you can stay in place as long as you can, and then prime the next person that could, take the torch and keep running with it for change.
Now, that's good. That's good. Now, Patsy, the person that's getting out of that seat, how long were they in that seat?
Excuse me, I didn't hear the question. The seat is 4 years.
No,
I heard the question correct.
No, the person that you've taken the seat from, how long were they in that seat before you took?
Oh, he's been there 28 years.
And look here.
He's been there 28 years.
you look here. You tell him, I said, if he need any help moving, I help him move out, because he don't need to be in that seat no more, because we get that's your seat now. You tell him if he needs some help moving, I help him move out. Whatever he need, I help him get his stuff out of there, because he got to go. He got to go.
Yes.
Leonard, what's on your heart?
Well, the voters have spoken,
yes.
and this is done. Now we just have to prepare to move forward.
Exactly.
We have to do that.
Exactly. Bishop, are you back with us?
I am back, and congratulations, my friend. I'm just
Thank
so
you.
happy to hear that. And I know you're going to do a great job. You and your
Thank you. I'm going to work hard. Thank you.
It's just wonderful. Yes, ma'am.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Man, it seemed like I should have a celebratory cake or something over here, man, or something. We cut the cake or something.
I really don't need the cake right now. I have to get some exercise and just relax for a minute, and then come back refreshed and get ready to go to work.
There you go. There you go. And you take over the seat on January 1. January 1.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
Good deal.
Yes, but we'll be getting together, doing some things prior to that. Like I said, I want to listen and find out everything that's been pretty much going on with people and things that they've had to deal with, so that we can correct, so we can make a correction. Okay. You know, we can do that. We can make a correction and move forward in a proper manner.
Let me ask you a question, and honestly speaking, you don't have to answer this question if you don't want to. You can look at it as being rhetorical.
Okay.
But did he call and congratulate you?
Well, not as of yet. I've been pretty busy this morning running around, so I do have a campaign line. I'm not sure whether he's called through on that line yet, but I'll be checking in a little bit.
Okay. Okay. I just hope for the good of man that he at least did that, called and congratulate you. And
yes.
We
always want to assume the best for people. You know, we want to give them credit to do the right thing, but we'll see.
Okay. But as of yet, he has not, that you know of.
Well, I would have to check my voicemail on my campaign line, because that may be the only number that he has for me.
Okay.
So I'll have to check, but I've been running around a little bit today.
Okay.
And I'll double check, and I hope that he did, and I'll return his call, and we're hoping for a smooth transition, but we'll see.
but see, I don't expect anything less from you, because you're a very class person. So I know that you're going to do the right thing, but I just hope there's some element in him that's going to make him do the right thing as well. I'm afraid. I'm looking at Rico and he's smiling so much. I'm afraid to go to that brother right now, because they don't tell him what he's about to say. But what's on your heart, brother?
No, I wasn't about to say nothing crazy, man. I really like the way she handled that, because you know, deep down inside, the average person would have been like, man, that joker ain't gonna call me, you know. But she handled it, because to be honest with you, like she said, he probably did, and she just hadn't seen, you know. So I mean, that you gotta trust a person that has the, you know, the intuition to make a judgment call like that, to say, well, you know what, I don't want to say that he hasn't called yet. He probably have. Let me look at the brighter side of things. Hey, that type of person right there, I put my faith in them. If I was innocent and convicted of a crime, and she was gonna be the DA, I would like being my faith, my chances.
Absolutely. Cassandra, what's on your heart right now? We got about 4 minutes before we get out of here. What's on your heart?
I'm grateful for you guys this morning, because you actually helped me stay awake on the road. so that's really been good. I didn't know.
So we good. Look, we good for something, huh? We good for something.
No, y'all good for something. Y'all got me. I'm almost. I'm about 100 miles out of Savannah, so y'all did good.
Oh, okay. Well, we sure appreciate it. We sure appreciate it. Leonard, what's on your heart, brother? We got 3 minutes before we get out of here. What's on your heart?
First of all, it's good. You know,
get your line, Cassandra.
People like Miss Patsy, and also, you know, you got Fannie Willis in Fulton County as well. Yes. And these are two sisters we've had a chance to sit down and talk with and get to know. And it's good to it's going to be great to see them perform.
Yes.
Because I'm going to give a shout out where a lot of folks haven't. That Black Girl Magic ain't no joke.
Come on.
and if you're looking for somebody to love Black people, it's going to be Black women.
Yes, sir.
And
Yes,
so
sir.
we have to support them where they take this stand, because they put a lot on the line each and every day. And this position right here, that these district attorney positions are targets for everybody. Trust me, if I don't like what Miss Patsy does, guess who's gonna be in Miss Patsy's office?
Exactly. Yeah.
I'm not gonna wait for Raheem. I'm not gonna wait for Raheem to go. Or what have you. And it's not that they do things out of the ordinary. It's just that they be just.
Yeah.
It's just that they be fair and that they be ethical. That's all.
Yeah. Exactly.
That's all we require of them. And so we have to support those things in the community. When you see community programs about criminal justice, get your kids out to these programs so they see Miss Patsy, so they talk to Miss Patsy, so they see that one, yes, I need to be a great citizen.
Yes.
I need to give back to my community, and it's a possibility that I could be doing this one day. That's what really encourages young people to be a part of the system, to continue to vote and continue to fight for what's right.
Yes.
It's right leadership.
Yes.
Exactly. Exactly. Now I'm gonna ask a left field question, and I hope Pastor don't mind me asking her this question right here.
I gotta go, Raheem.
We all ready to go. We all ready to go. Got 1 minute. But Pastor, let me ask you this question. What is gonna be your victory meal?
Oh gosh, I don't know. I don't even know. I'm not really craving anything except some sleep.
There you go. Exactly. But listen, we're about to get out of here for today. Leonard, what's going on at 3 o'clock today, brother? Before you get out of here.
If you did not get a chance to hit this show in its entirety, please log on to www.bkmmediagroup.com at 3 o'clock p.m. Eastern.
Good deal. Bishop, you'll pray us out, brother?
Yes, sir. Heavenly Father, we come before you at this present hour. Thank you, Lord God, for all the candidates ran for office and those who were successful, Father God, in their win. We ask, Lord God, to guide them as they make the decisions for those that they're designed to represent. Ask, Lord God, if you will, just bless this nation. Lord God, we're going to trust in you and let you lead and direct our path and never ask. Thank God for D.K. Ibrahim and that what you bring to the table for those who are listening. Thank you, Lord. Continue to bless him, bless everyone, Lord, that is traveling, those are sick, those on the bed of affliction. Lord God, you know all our hearts and desires and our needs. So we just trust in you. In your name, Christ Jesus, we pray. Amen.
Amen. Pastor, anything in your closing?
Thank you. Just thank you. And the voters have spoken, and it's just time to get to work.
Absolutely.
It's time to do this. So I just thank God for it.
Absolutely. Hey, so proud of you, sister. So very proud of you, man. Love you, and
thank you.
And move forward. And if you need us, whatever reason along the journey, along the course, don't hesitate. Give us a call. We're right here. We are right here.
Okay.
All right.
I will.
Now it is 10.
Thank you.
Thank you. It is 10:01. You're about to exit the Morning Glow, but before you go, I want you to do me 2 favors, if you will. One, I want you to continue to pray for us, because we're certainly praying for each and every one of you. Number 2, why this is real simple. I want you to go out there, find somebody, and give them a hug, because you never know. It could be the only hug that they get, or it could very well be their last. Love you, and ain't nothing you could do about it. Have a great day and a better tomorrow. And we shine some of this light in you from the Morning Glow. Take it out there into this wicked and cruel world that we live in, and let your light so shine. You all have a great day. Do me a favor if you can. Go out there, find somebody, and give them some love. You just might find some love in return. Y'all have a blessed day.
Amen.